Good morning, all. Hope you all are doing well. Dear students, participants, 2 days आपने ओरिएंटेशन वीक जो हमारा इंडस्ट्री एकेडमिया इंटीग्रेटेड प्रोग्राम है, आपने ज्वाइन किया, सीखा, नॉलेज ली, लर्न किया, एंड mid of the day of this orientation online program today, I again welcome you in this orientation week. मैं देख रही थी कि आप सभी इतने अच्छे से सुन रहे हो स्पीकर्स को, और स्टूडेंट्स के बहुत सारे बच्चों के पेरेंट के कॉल भी आ रहे हैं कि इतना अच्छा प्रोग्राम आप कंडक्ट कर रहे हो. मैं आज आपसे फिर से एक बार बात करने आई हूँ, क्योंकि आप सभी को पता है 2 दिन का प्रोग्राम हो चुका है, आज 3rd डे है, एंड 2 दिन और हमारे इसके बाकी हैं ऑनलाइन ओरिएंटेशन प्रोग्राम के. तो आप सबको बहुत सारा सीखना है और अपनी लाइफ में इसको इम्प्लीमेंट करना है. आप सभी बहुत एक्साइटेड होंगे और फुल एनर्जी के साथ 15 को कॉलेज आ रहे हैं. 15 से आप रेगुलर कॉलेज में आ जाएंगे, और दैट डे ओरिएंटेशन डे विल बी सेलिब्रेटेड, क्योंकि उस दिन हम मिलकर कुछ फन फील्ड एक्टिविटीज करेंगे. आप बहुत सारे फ्रेंड्स बनाएंगे, क्योंकि वो फ्रेंड्स जो आपको जीवन भर याद रहेंगे. क्योंकि मुझे भी आज मेरी कॉलेज लाइफ का वो दिन याद है, स्कूल लाइफ का वो दिन याद है. तो स्कूल लाइफ से अब आगे चल चुके हैं आप, तो आप कॉलेज लाइफ का फर्स्ट डे मेमोराइज तो जब भी करते हैं अपनी लाइफ में, तो आप कुछ ना कुछ उस दिन बहुत बेहतर सीखते हैं और अपने वो फ्रेंड्स बनाते हैं जो आपके साथ लंबे समय तक चलने वाले हैं, रहने वाले हैं. तो उसी चीज को हम मद्देनजर रखते हुए जो फन फील्ड एक्टिविटीज हम आपके लिए प्लान कर चुके हैं, आइस ब्रेकिंग एक्टिविटीज होंगी, कुछ आउटडोर गेम्स होंगे. तो इन गेम्स के साथ आप एंजॉय करेंगे, क्योंकि आप टीम वर्क करेंगे, अपने फ्रेंड्स बनाएंगे. एंड मैं आप सबसे ये कहना चाहूंगी, आप बहुत 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 स्मार्ट कैजुअल ड्रेसेस अपना पहन के आइए, क्योंकि सबको ब्यूटीफुल स्मार्ट दिखना है उस दिन. ठीक है, तो आप इस तरह से बन के आइए कि आपको खुद भी एक एहसास हो, एक कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्टअप होता है व्हेन यू आर इन द स्मार्ट कैजुअल ड्रेस. सो दैट डे कॉलेज आपको स्नैक्स भी ऑफर कर रहा है. तो स्नैक्स के मोमेंट इसलिए मैं आपको बता रही हूँ, क्योंकि कई बार बच्चों क्वेश्चन आए हैं कि लंच लेके आना है मैम, क्या लेके आना है. तो लंच नहीं लेके आना, मॉर्निंग में अच्छे से ब्रेकफास्ट करके आइए. जो बच्चे फैसिलिटीज, बस फैसिलिटीज ले रहे हैं या फिर ट्रांसपोर्ट फैसिलिटीज के साथ जो हम आपको शेयर भी कर रहे हैं इंफॉर्मेशन सारी, तो इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए ही मैं आपके सामने हूं. जो बच्चों ने हॉस्टल लिया हुआ है या हॉस्टल के लिए चल चुके हैं और कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन उनको लेनी है, तो आप इंफॉर्मेशन लीजिए. मिस्टर जीतू सर हैं, मिस्टर जितेंद्र, हम उनको इन शॉर्ट जीतू बोलते हैं, मिस्टर जितेंद्र सर हैं. तो हॉस्टल इंचार्ज मिस्टर जितेंद्र, उनका नंबर अभी आपको एंटर कर रही हूं मैं, तो आपको आ जाएगा ये नंबर, आपकी स्क्रीन पे आ गया होगा चैट बॉक्स में. देखिए 9828672444, ये हमारे मिस्टर जितेंद्र सर हैं, उनका नंबर है हॉस्टल इंचार्ज. और ट्रांसपोर्ट इंचार्ज का भी नंबर मैंने यहाँ आपको मैसेज किया है चैट बॉक्स में, मिस्टर प्रदीप 09728434995401045114. और मेरा आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि आप सभी कॉलेज के टाइमिंग्स को मद्देनजर रखते हुए 7 PM से पहले कॉल करें, क्योंकि आप पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन भी ले पाएंगे. और हम बहुत, आप जैसे आप एक्साइटेड हैं, हम भी बहुत एक्साइटेड हैं आपका वेलकम करने के लिए. आप सभी को 15 सितंबर को कॉलेज में देखने के लिए हम भी बहुत उत्सुक हैं. तो आप भी पूरे उत्सुकता से आइए कॉलेज और अपने कॉलेज को ज्वाइन करिए. देन मैं यही कहना चाहूंगी, जो कॉलेज लाइफ है इट इज अ कलेक्शन ऑफ हैप्पी मेमोरीज. तो इसको ध्यान रखते हुए 15 सितंबर मिलते हैं अगेन. और 2 दिन का और जो ये प्रोग्राम आपका चल रहा है, आज भी चल रहा है स्पीकर्स का, तो इसको बहुत अच्छे से सुने, उनकी सक्सेस स्टोरी से प्रेरणा लें और अपने जीवन को बेहतरीन बनाएं। थैंक यू ऑल, थैंक यू। आई एम गिविंग दिस माइक टू मैम श्रद्धा मैम। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the information you shared with our students. Students, I think ma'am ने आपसे सारी information share कर दी है. So you now have the number of the hostel in charge as well as the transport in charge. So for any queries, you can contact them, and you are advised to call before 7 p.m. Right? Students, our first speaker, Mr. Robin Gupta, have joined us. Mr. Robin, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Very good morning to you. Good morning, Robin ji.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning. So, dear students, before sir takes the session, I would like to give a brief introduction about sir. Dear sir, we are truly honored to welcome you as a distinguished speaker for our today's orientation program. Mr. Gupta is currently serving as the president of Business Banking CAD at Yes Bank, bringing with him a wealth of experience and an inspiring record of excellence. Over the years, he has held key leadership roles, including his impactful tenure at HDFC Bank, where he consistently stood out as a top performer. His exceptional contribution have earned him several prestigious accolades, such as Rising Star Award for Customer Focus and Drive for Results, the CAT Champion Award from Top Management, and the Hall of Fame Award twice. Among his many achievements, he has also been recognized with the March Madness Award in 2017 and Jack of All Trades Award 11 times during his tenure at HDFC Bank. He was also awarded for the best collaboration skills in the year 2024 by Yes Bank. With such an impressive journey, Mr. Gupta continues to inspire with his dedication, leadership, and passion for driving excellence in the banking sector. Today, he will be speaking on a very important topic, that is AI and money, how technology is redefining the future of banking. His insights will help us understand how artificial intelligence and digital innovation are shaping the financial landscape and what the future holds for both the industry and aspiring professionals like you all. On behalf of the entire WCTM family, I extend my warm welcome to you, sir. Over to you.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah, thanks. My pleasure.
Is it visible to all?
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Good morning, friends. Shraddha ma'am has already given my introduction, so a very warm welcome from the family of WCTM here. And the past history of this university is very good. I am associated with this organization from last 3-4 years. So the placement, so the education quality, everything is quite well, and I must say that you are in safe hands. So as far as the introductory section that the madam has said that your journey will be a joyful, and for that to make the same even more joyful, they have arranged some activities on the date of your joining itself. So this is such a nice gesture from the organization, and I personally appreciate this. So as far as the topic is concerned, that AI and money, So money is everything, because as far as the banking system is concerned, it is all it is roaming around money, money, and money. The buyer wants money, the bank wants money. So we need to have an ecosystem in place where the both the parties, be it customer, be it the banker, must be there in the win-win situation, right? So let's discuss about how technology is redefining the future of banking. Because what is happening in banking earlier? Just a second. Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible. Your screen is visible.
My screen is visible, huh? So what was happening earlier in the banking, in the traditional banking, we have a teller at the branch, we have a branch manager set up, and you need to go there, you need to approach them, and you need to get the transaction done, and it is a time consuming process and a tiring one as well. Also, the cost which was incurring at that point of time was huge as compared to the present scenario. Because what is happening in the present scenario, there is a shift of traditional banking to the convenient banking, or the banking having an age of IT with it. So what we can say, that electronic banking is a generally an extension of traditional banking. Yes, banking rules are same. We need to bank, we need to process the transaction, but the scenario, but the process through which we can process the transaction is now getting changed with the use of IT. And here I just want to convey one thing, that there is a myth that increase of IT facilities in any organization, be it banking or be it any other stream, reduce the employment. This is a myth. Because what is the business model? If we go and understand the business model, we come to know that business model is ever growing in nature. So if you are having a business, you are in a business of banking, then you need to grow and grow more. You need to cut the barriers, be it a geographical barrier, be it a customer barrier, or be it the process barrier. So for that purpose, you need IT facilities intact and be there. For if the IT facilities are increasing, that the IT specialist, you guys are required over there. So it is increasing the employment instead of cutting the employment. Yes, one thing that it is cutting, that is cost. The cost of every transaction, the cost of every process is being cut down with the help of IT. So this is a myth that IT is using of IT in any segment cutting the employment. No, it is generating the employment rather, but cutting the cost. So with this we should move forward. The banking today is redefined and re-engineered with the use of IT. We all know that earlier we need to fill the form for any transaction, to make the FD, to get the to get the fund transfer. Now we are now, what is happening present scenario, we just log in with the ID password in our net banking, or the banking channel that we have, mobile banking, net banking, anything, and get the transaction done without going even to the bank itself. So this is a shift, and this is a demand of future, and this is happening just because of the help of IT. They have given the platform to every user, to the banker itself, to get the transaction done in fraction of second. And the second thing, the transaction must be safe, secure, and your data must not be shared, must not be lost anywhere. So this is the prime responsibility. We will discuss this thing in the future, in the further of this session. So what is happening, the shift, earlier bank was saying that these are the 4 or 5 facilities that we have for you, and you need to choose one of the facility as per your requirement. Now what is happening, the shift of buyer seller market to buyer market, meaning thereby we need to design our product, we need to understand the demand of our customer and design the product accordingly. And how can we do this? We can do this with the help of AI. We need a huge data to work, to understand the pattern of the customer choice, customer requirement, to understand the pattern of the process which needs to be cut down. And for that we need to analyze the data, we need to have the data. And how can we get the data? With the help of IT we can get the data. And if we are having a data and we are not, getting any outcome or getting any reference from the data, then the data is of no use. So what is happening here? We have boards, we have AI to process those data in a relevant information. Let's say if we want to know that which segment of customer is more reliable in banking industry as far as the NPA, non-performing assets, meaning they were bad customer is concerned. So a study was happened in the banking sector few years back, and it come to know that women entrepreneurs are far reliable as compared to the man entrepreneur. So now what is happening in the banking system? They are giving more privilege, more facilities to women entrepreneurs. They are promoting their entrepreneurship itself. So this is the scenario. This is the thing we come to know basis with the help of IT. Modern customer expect, as we have already discussed, that modern customers expect next level customer experience across all sector, including digital banking. Key banking technologies trend in 2025 will include, see what is happening, these IT processes, these IT, the help of this IT is getting the process more and more easier and more faster. And for that, what we have embedded banking. Embedded banking meaning thereby we are having a portal in the banking where we can uh, through which we can access so many other portals, like we can accept insurance, we can get health insurance from them, we can apply for an IPO through that particular portal itself, we can pay our bills itself. So this is called embedded banking. ESG in banking, we need to maintain environmental, social and governance aspect also with the help of AI. What is happening in the environment meaning thereby in the external, meaning thereby the external factors which affect to the banking or the financial system, be it government, be it the public, be it the customer, internal customer, meaning thereby their employees, the external customers, the end users. So we need to have a data of all those users, all those processes, and then with the help of AI we need to get the information, relevant information. We need to analyze the data, and the data is not very small. This is a very vast data, and it is not possible for a human being to get the same analyzed. So with the help of AI, with the help of board, with the help of their EVA, so many things are there. We can analyze the data, we can get the relevant information, and we can make the changes accordingly. And this is an ongoing process. So in terms of social responsibility, we also know, we also bank in the banking with the help of AI, we need to also maintain the social responsibility, that the data cannot be loose, the data cannot be misused, the data cannot be changed. We will discuss this also in future slides. The governance meaning thereby the regulators, RBI, NABARD, and so many other, Apex Bank, and so many other organizations who are watching the activities what the banks and financial institutions are doing. With the help of AI, they are promoting banks to get the same involved, get the processes re-engineered with the help of information technology, artificial intelligence, because this is a need of an hour. So with the help of this, you can strengthen your processes, you can get the competitive edge, but simultaneously you are being governed by them. So no such process which is very harmful, which is very not worthy for the user, for the bank or the financial system, must be eliminated. Open banking meaning thereby there is a no bar for banking. If you are sitting in India and you want to transact with a bank which is there in UAE or the or any other country, then you are open to transact. Quantum computing, the role of AI is the biggest role of AI is there here in quantum computing. Quantum meaning thereby a big data which is called as quantum computing. In compute the data, in order to get the relevant information from that data, we have to use artificial intelligence, so that we can process the data and we can get the desired result. For that we have some technologies like blockchain technology, hyper personalization, generative AI. See what is happening, if you search anything in Google Chrome, then Google Chrome also provide you the relevant or the somewhat likely web pages to you, that this information could also be beneficial for you. You can take reference from this official. Why it is happening? And how is it happening? It is happening just because of the hyper personalization and the generative AI. They are understanding your requirement on a real-time basis and providing the results accordingly, right? And this thing is gaining the momentum, and this, we can say this is a digital transformation itself. So accordingly, so a survey was happened in digital banking maturity in 2024 by Deloitte. Leaders banking focus their effect on two major areas. That is one group which is aiming at the products that we can offer to the customer, the range of products, in fact, I must say, essential banking services by delivering exceptional value and best possible banking experience. And the second group is focusing on the super applications that serve multiple purpose. I have already told in the presentation in the beginning that a single page is in the banking. We are aiming to have a single page which caters all your demand, be it your bill generation, be it your banking needs, be it your health insurance, be it your rider, anything. So two groups are there. One is doing to improve the product processes, and the other one is exploring what we can offer to the user. And it is not possible for a normal banker that yes, I am a banker and I can offer these things to the no. This is a group wherein we have a a person from financial background, a person from IT background, a person who is who is a specialist in AI segment. So these are the two groups which are majorly required in order to get the competitive edge by using the AI in banking. The banking industry is now a forefront of digital transformation. We are, this is very evident that digital transformation is happening in the banking. As if we look in the past, what was the banking, how the banking was happening, and now what is the present scenario? We are having a bank in our pocket, in our mobile. So we know there is no need to go to the bank. Bank is there in your pocket. So this is the transformation. So how is it possible? Is it possible through rapid adoption of AI, blockchain, mobile first services, increasing reliance on data analytics and cyber security, customer demand faster, safer, and personalized banking experience. Increased customer demand. Customer demands are increasing. We need to make the product according to the customer requirement. We can't offer our traditional product now. We need to cater the customer in the way he wants. Continuous focus on digitization, possible recession-driven instability. In the recession, at the time of recession, instability in the financial system was there. So we have learned from there, and we have regenerated our processes with the help of IT, with the help of AI, and the analysis that they have given. Right? What people want everywhere, anywhere, and around the clock banking. Regulators' intervention is always there. Information technology enables sophisticated product development, better market infrastructure, implementation of reliable techniques of control of risk, help the financial intermediaries to reach geographically distant and diversified market. Internet has played a significant role into this. Now we are having the smart card, having a microprocessor chip, and we can do that so many transactions. Even we do not have to swipe the card now. We need to touch the card and the transaction get processed. Cyber cash is there. Cyber cash meaning thereby we are not supposed to carry the cash in our pocket. We are having our mobile. We are having our portal in the mobile. We can transact. Collection of electricity. These are the very tiny and very general examples showing that the information technology is playing a vital role, and with the help of AI, we are exploring new avenues in the banking. Now the banking is not concentrated to the banking only. We are in the banking offering so many things, so many portals to the customer in which the financial transaction takes place. In digital and mobile banking, what is happening? Fraud detection and predictive analytics is there. Chatbots for 24/7 customer service, because customer do not want to wait for their financial transaction or the financial requirement he need to have the answer. He wants to get the answer instantly. For that purpose, we have chatbots for 24/7 customer service, automated credit scoring in lending. We are, if we want to lend any money to the person, so there is no need for us to wait for the data that customer will provide the data. No, so the with the help of AI and with the help of the information technology, we can get the data just entering the PAN number of that person or the date of birth of that person, and we will get to know that how the financial history or the financial transactions are being done through that particular person, and we can offer the product, and we can give the lending to that person accordingly. Ernst and Young has conducted a study, and according to that, AI may boost Indian banking productivity by 46% by 2030. 2030 तक जो है इंडियन बैंकिंग में आपकी जो प्रोडक्टिविटी है वो 46% बढ़ जाएगी एआई का यूज करने के बाद में। तो यहाँ पर जब मैं शुरुआत में आपको बोल रहा था कि मेरे पास में एआई या फिर इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी का यूज करने के बाद में अगर मैं बोलता हूँ कि मेरा एम्प्लॉयमेंट कट होता है, तो नहीं, कट नहीं होता है, कॉस्ट कट होती है, प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ती है एंड एम्प्लॉयमेंट बढ़ता है। एक एग्जांपल लेके बताता हूँ, बहुत छोटा सा और बहुत रिलेवेंट एग्जांपल है। जब हिरोशिमा और नागासाकी पे बम गिरे थे, तब वहां पर सिर्फ एक ह्यूमन मैन पावर थी, जिसके कारण आज की तारीख में हमारे पास में एग्जांपल है सामने जापान का, कि इतना सब कुछ हो जाने के बाद भी वो आज एक इतनी मजबूत इकोनॉमी बन के हमारे सामने। तो ह्यूमन पावर को आप अगर एलिमिनेट कर दोगे तो आप कभी सस्टेन नहीं कर पाओगे। तो इस मिथ को हमेशा दिमाग से निकाल के रखना कि आईटी का मतलब है जॉब कटिंग, हेडकाउंट कटिंग, नो। But yes, continuous improvement is there, and for that purpose you are there in that organization. You are here to learn so many things, so many tactics, so many techniques, how to improve the thing, how to make the things better, faster, safer, secure, and accessible for each and everyone. So this is a continuous learning and ongoing process. AI and machine learning. What is happening? Mobile wallets and contactless payment. I have already discussed that you are having a microprocessor chip and in your ATM card, and it is a multi-purpose card now. Now you can transact, you can spend, you can use it at anywhere where the financial transaction is happening. Digital only banks cutting cost by 70%. Yes, if we are getting digital and using the AI, then we are cutting our cost, because processes are getting shortened and strengthened also. UPI leading global real-time transaction. You are doing UPI transaction. What is this? UPI transaction meaning thereby a AI enabled and the IT enabled process through which the transaction is happening very safely and securely. 76% global users depend on banking apps. Yes, because banking is a portal through which these things are getting happened very easily and very comfortably. Blockchain. We have discussed. I told blockchain in banking. What is blockchain? Blockchain is a distributed channel where all the participants are trusted, and AI is working in the background to know that the person who is using, the person who is sending the data is safe, secure, and no fraudulent activities are happening over there. Also, this is a time bound. There are some time-bound patches wherein they analyze IT team and artificial intelligence team analyze that things are getting as per the momentum and no abnormality is there, right? All the network participants are getting the copy of a particular document or the particular process, but the actual document cannot be accessible and cannot be modified. So these things are very safe and secure. So what is the main aim of blockchain in banking? To ensure secure, immutable transactions, faster, cheaper cross-border payments. Now the limitations of border is nowhere in the banking. Improve transparency in trade finance. If you are sitting in India and you want to get the trade with US, it is possible. And with the use of blockchain as an artificial intelligence, we can ensure that the transaction which is happening between both the parties is safe and being monitored, right? Swift testing blockchain for remittance. If we want to remit some fund from one bank to another bank, one country, a bank is there in one country, a cross-border transaction. So Swift, which is being happened through Swift. Swift is again an age which is given by the IT team, and now it is being also governed or also commanded by the artificial intelligence also. So properties of blockchain is distributed, immutable, time-stamped, consensus, trusted, secured, and smart contracts. because contracts are getting executed automatically. You need to enter 2 or 3 details and the contract will get executed automatically and you will get the result in fraction of seconds. So this is the thing where we are getting our cost reduced, but the productivity and the benefit, the money is being increased, the profit is being increased. Fintech collaboration. Fintech are those entities who are having some, some which are startups and which they are having some technological advancement through which the transaction or the financial transaction can be done very easily. So what banks are doing, they are getting tie up with those fintech collaboration, fintech startups. They are having some innovation in lending, payments, and investments. So with their expertise, we can strengthen our competitive edge. We can offer better products, better services to the customer. UPI is the best example of the same, and expand financially access globally. So they are so the banking is not restricted to a country specific. Now it is a global thing which can be done by any person sitting anywhere. We can say anywhere banking. Cloud banking. Cloud, you all, I guess you all know that what is cloud. Cloud is a data storage unit, and which enables scalability and real time analytics, meaning thereby the data is there in the cloud. You can use the data, you can run your query, and you will get the outcome or the result of that particular data on the be it a behavior of the customer, be it a behavior of a process, be it a time spending of a particular person on that particular web page, anything. These are the information which can be get through the data stored in cloud. So banking is also involved in this particular process, and they are getting their cloud storage in place and getting the data or the outcome or the result through which cloud. It reduces the IT cost and improves agility, enhances disaster recovery and compliance. 90% of banks are planning cloud first strategy by 2027. Cybersecurity and fraud prevention. What is happening here? Biometric authentication is there. Multi-factor logins are there. What is happening? You are logging onto your laptop, and you are getting an OTP onto the mobile that you have. So these are the multi-factor login. You are get through which you can access a particular web page or the particular portal. AI-based fraud monitoring in real time. Right? So many times you come across that whenever you log in into your net banking, you need to confirm that I am not a robot. So what is happening? If you are confirming that I am not a robot, your activities are started to be monitored. And if they found that there is some fraudulent activity, some anti-money laundering is happening in the chain of transaction, then they will stop the transaction, or they will trigger the vigilance team of a bank to get the necessary action done in place. Right? As far as the governance part are concerned, we need to comply with GDPR, PSD2, RBI. Cybercrime cost bank billions yearly. We know very well that the cyber crimes in the banking system, earlier it was happening on a very big size, but now these are getting cut down because of the use of IT, because of the use of artificial intelligence in place. What we think in present scenario? In present scenario, we think about the customer-centric banking, hyper-personalized services, meaning thereby if the customer wants X product with PQR specification, then we can't say no to the customer. We need to analyze what would be the repercussion of that particular process, what would be the cost, what would be the benefits, SWOT analysis of that particular process through hyper personalization of the services, and then we can offer the best product according to the requirement of the customer. Omni-channel, mobile, web, branch integration. So now banking can be accessed through mobile, through your web, or you want to go to branch, you are most welcome. So these all the things are integrated, right? AI driven financial advice. If you want to know the advice, if you want to book an FD, then AI through AI, the Eva is a chatbot. Eva give you so many options that if you book this FD at this tenor, then the rate of interest will be X. Or if you book this FD at this tenor, the rate of interest will be Y. Now you need to choose what needs to be done, right? So chatbots enhance the accessibility. Tech spending and transformation. Bank invest 10% of revenue in technology. अभी अगर मैं बात करूं कि मैं किसी भी चीज में अगर इन्वेस्टमेंट करता हूं तो मैं क्यों करता हूं, और अगर बैंक किसी चीज में इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहा है तो क्यों कर रहा है, जरूर उसने सोचा तो होगा ना कि इस इन्वेस्टमेंट का मेरे को रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट कितना मिलना चाहिए। अगर वो 10% इन्वेस्ट करता है तो वो ये मान के चलता है और वो श्योर है कि जो जिस इन्वेस्टमेंट में वो हाथ डाल रहा है वहां पर उसको 110% का रेवेन्यू जनरेशन होने वाला है, तब जाकर के वो अपना 10% रेवेन्यू टेक्नोलॉजी में करता है। और अगर टेक्नोलॉजी में हो रहा है आप लोगों के ऊपर एक तरीके से इनडायरेक्टली और डायरेक्टली जो लोग वहां पर बैठे हुए हैं जो कि टेक्नोलॉजी संभाल रहे हैं, और जब आप फ्यूचर के जो स्पेशलिस्ट बनने वाले हो, आप सब लोगों को जो ये खर्चा हो रहा है तो मेरी कॉस्ट यहाँ पर इंकर हो रही है, बट मैं क्या बोलता हूँ कि मेरी कॉस्ट कम होती है। तो ये जो कॉस्ट इंकर हो रही है, ये जो कॉस्ट अभी मेरी लग रही है उसके कंपैरिजन में बहुत कम है, तो यहाँ पर मेरे को बेनिफिट होता है। दिस इज अ विन विन सिचुएशन, राइट। जेपी मॉर्गन की अगर मैं बात करता हूँ तो जेपी मॉर्गन $18 बिलियन पर ईयर स्पेंड करता है आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस एंड आईटी पे। क्लाउड, एआई एंड ब्लॉकचेन आर देयर टॉप प्रायोरिटीज, right? Because through cloud they are getting the data, through AI they are getting the data processed, through blockchain they are ensuring that the transactions is happening safely, securely, right? Partnership with fintech, acceleration innovation, because fintech channels are having so many innovations in with them. So with the help of those fintech partners, with the collaboration of those fintech partners, they can get another competitive edge, right? Anticipate and adapt rapidly to market changes. We have already discussed that the market is changing, that there is a shift from seller market to buyer market, right? The demand of customer is ever changing in nature, and we need to cater those demands with agility, with a competitive edge, right? So what is happening, we need to streamline the inefficient processes with the help of IT, strengthen customer loyalty. If the transaction is getting safe, secure, the customer data is not being compromised anywhere, then it increases the loyalty of the customer, because he is getting the services in fraction of seconds and his data is safe. So these things increase the loyalty of the customer, and the association will remain for a long time, right? And if the customer is associated with you, then it will be a profitable scenario for any financial organization or a bank. Let's take two case study. First is related to Indian banking. What are these are the outcomes of the case study. In Indian banking, the case study was happened. UPI handles 12 billion plus monthly transactions. So if you want a teller or the person sitting in the branch to handle these 12 billion transaction in a month, it is not possible for them. So the area, the access, the reach is increased with the help of AI, with the help of UPI, with the help of fintech collaboration, that we are able to manage this number of transactions, and this number is ever increasing in nature. Aadhaar enabled inclusion initiatives. RBI promoting AI and digital adaptation. Now RBI, the governing body itself, promoting AI and digital adaptation. But yes, it is having a clear watch on the processes, on the AI, on the boards that are being used, and they want report from each and every bank on how the things are going on. Is there any fraudulent activities have been identified? What process needs to be continued? What process needs to be stopped? Ernst and Young said AI to raise productivity 46% by 2030. In the another study happened in JP Morgan, $18 billion annual technology investment is happening in JP Morgan. Generative AI tool for 2 lakhs employee. 30% service cost reduction. So it is a cost reduction thing, not an employment reduction thing. Leading global AI adoption. JP Morgan is a leader to adopt AI. Future outlook of banking, hyper personalized. These are the 4 pillars which will redefine the future of banking. Hyper personalization, that is bank of one, meaning thereby I am the person and I need a bank itself for me. So this is the scenario which is coming in future, that bank of one, raising of decentralized finance, meaning thereby you are not required to wait for your financial to get your financial need done for so many time, or you need to go to central body for that particular transaction. The things are decentralized. You need to approach the decentralized branch, or you need to access the facility through your mobile, laptop, or the portal that you have. AR, VR, and metaverse banking. Metaverse matlab ki universal banking now. Banks evolving into digital ecosystems, right? So we have discussed earlier that the shift from transactional banking to e-banking versus customer expectations. So it is very clear that transactional banking is changed to e-banking nowadays, and the customer expectations are ever raising. And with the help of IT, we can increase the productivity, we can cut the cost, we can increase the profit, we can make money, right? AI is playing a vital role into that. So this is the shift from traditional banking to e-banking and customer expectations, and we are catering this with the help of AI, with the help of information technology, with the specialists that we have in the team very well. Some e-banking facilities like telephone banking, net banking, ATM, debit card, electronic fund transfer, payment gateways, online currency exchange, biometrics. These are the well-known e-banking facilities which are being used, and the data which we collect through these facilities got processed through AI, and we get to know what process needs to be improved, what process needs to be sustained, and what process needs to be eliminated. The rise of embedded finance in every transaction. We have discussed embedded finance, wherein I was saying that you are having a banking portal through which you can access your IPO, you can apply for IPO, you can make any payment, you can get the health insurance done, or so many third party products. So between 2025, according to a study, between 2025 and 2034, the global embedded finance market is expected to expand at a compounded annual growth of 23.3% from its 2024 valuation of US dollar 104 billion. See, here are some examples. E-commerce platform, buy now, pay later solution, or other integrated payment option are available on Amazon and Shopify, ensuring smooth transaction experience. Ride sharing services, apps such as Uber, Lyft use digital wallet, facilitating easy transaction between drivers and passengers. Health tech to make things easier for patient. Tech health system incorporates payment gateway and insurance verification. These are the examples, right? Hyper personalization, we have meaning thereby that we need to know the actual requirement of the person or financial requirement of the person, and accordingly we can mold the product, we can mold the process, we can offer the various facilities to the customer. This is a hyper personalization. If you are approaching the customer with this age, then the loyalty and the association of that particular customer increases with the financial institution, and if this is a win-win situation, then both the parties will make money. Technologies enabling the ESG movement in banking. What are the technologies? Some technologies are blockchain for trust and transparency, right? Blockchain, again, this is an artificial intelligence. Machine learning and artificial intelligence for ESG analysis. Artificial intelligence is providing us a analytic age through which we can generate the desired results, and modifications can be done in the existing processes. IoT, Internet of Things for real-time monitoring, right? We are having so many sensors, we are having Alexa in place, we are having smartwatch. So these are the things which are considered under Internet of Things, and we can, through which we can make real-time monitoring, because artificial intelligence is not a thing which is running in front of you. This is a back process which is running background of that particular transaction, and it is studying, it is collecting data, various kind of data, a big data which is being collected through artificial intelligence. And just because of the help of this artificial intelligence and the data collected by this artificial intelligence can be studied and can be used for further analytics. Platform for inclusive finance online. we have already discussed that blockchain for trust and transparency, machine learning and AI for ESG analytics, Internet of Things for real-time monitoring. Example that we can track environmental impact of project they fund in real time. Sensor will measure the water use, emission of energy use, the important parameters to provide useful information for decisions that may be made to achieve sustainability objectives. Platform for inclusive finance online. On the social front, digital banking platform promote financial inclusion by providing fundamental financial services to marginalized group by filling the gap in financial accessibility. Technology from mobile wallet to micro finance app is assisting bank in meeting the S in ESG. S stands for social. Generative AI revolution. Generative AI is a banking technology no modern bank can avoid. The primary reason is that it is multifunctional, from automating processes to fraud detection and prevention. This tool is reshaping traditional banking to a record-breaking event that is called e-banking or the modern banking, that we are evidenting these days. Generative AI in banking is a technology no modern bank can avoid. We have already discussed the global market for generative AI in banking and finance is expected to develop at a compound annual growth of 33% from 2024 to 2034. In the 10 years only, it is growing by 33% from the value of around 1,260 million US dollar in 2024 to 21,824 million US dollar in 2034. This is the chart, which is evident that the things are getting increased, and if these things are getting increased, importance of AI is increasing, the spend on AI chatbots or the AI functionalities is getting increased, then the profit and the outcome, then the revenue generation is also increasing, because it is creating a win-win situation. And you all learn those tactics or those chatbots or the artificial intelligence, the other IT facilities in your curriculum. So you would be a very your role will be a very crucial and critical in the next financial journey of any financial institution. These things we have already discussed. Now the benefits of e-banking. The benefits of e-banking, we can divide the benefits of e-banking in two parts. First to the customer, second to the bank. For the customer, anywhere banking we can provide it, no matter where the customer is sitting in the world. Balance inquiry, request of services, transaction, financial transactions, and any requirement, any loan, any revenue generation is possible worldwide. Anytime banking we can offer, right? We are bringing down the cost of banking, because if the customer wants to in the traditional banking, whatever is happening, customer needs to go to the bank, so it costs to the customer. Now customer is sitting at its workplace or at home and doing the transaction with a very low cost, or internet is the only cost that is happening, right? Cash withdrawal from branch ATM is no longer, if you want to transfer the amount from one account to the another account, it is possible with just a click. So these are the benefits to the customer. Now what are the benefits to the bank? Innovative scheme addresses competition and present the bank as technology driven in the banking sector market. Reduce customer visit to the branch and thereby human intervention. Inter-branch reconciliation is immediate, thereby reducing channels of fraud and misappropriation. Online banking is effective medium of promoting the various schemes of the bank. Integrated customer database way for individualized and customized services. Employment generation is happening and cost is getting cut. So the impact of IT in banking system is, I must say, this is a positive sign for our banking, which we are looking at present and the future of the banking, because the implication of IT, their artificial intelligence, their chatbots are getting the information for bank for their analysis, and with the help of this, banks are capable to generate the revenue through the analysis, through the cloud, through the information available at cloud, and we can get the desired result from those data. some challenges are also there. Bank cannot jump just like that into the IT or the artificial intelligence. They need to have a proper setup. They need to have a proper guideline. They need to have a proper governance in place. Post that they can, get into these financial or IT based financial transactions, right? For that, they need to pay something. So it costs for them. Further, bank face difficulty to expand branch network because of the lack of internet, presence of internet. Because in remote area, presence of internet is not there. Another challenge to bank that they have to face concern the inability of bank to retain the trained and talented personnel, especially those who are with a good knowledge. So you guys are from IT background. You are learning IT. You are learning artificial intelligence. So you are the requirement. You are the demand of an hour. So the banking sector is very much open for the personal, the IT personal.
Robin sir, we have BTech students as well as BBA MBA students also. Management students also are there.
Okay, so so things as far as the management students are concerned, so IT team can offer better services, better technology to the bank. But in order to manage the same, in order to check the processes are running well, in order to in the situation where the breakdown was there, we need to manage the things. For that, management plays its role. Management also decide what technology needs to be adopted, what technology needs to be, which need not to be adapted, what are the benefits of that particular technology, how the revenue will generate. So this is the managerial decision which takes place at the top management. So if you are learning management, then these are the tools that you have, or the tools through which you can come to know, you can analyze the various data through which you can conclude the things that these are the things which are beneficial, these are the revenue generation processes, these are the process which are obsolete, which are redundant. So in the management, this AI and the importance of IT is necessary. For if we talk in terms of IT and artificial intelligence, we are having some tools in our hand, that paperless banking, right? Implementation of biometrics. You can get the access through your biometric. Build tool processing payment gateways, customized product offering, surrogate products in loan and financing, right? So these are the things through which are useful for taking management decisions. And if management takes the decision and then they will convey that these are the requirement, then ITT mold the product and processes according to their need, and through which they can facilitate the customer and the bank or the management also in terms of generating a good revenue, right? We can tap and pay, cardless withdrawal is there, RTGS and EFT is there, digital currency concept is there, 24/7 assistance through chatbot is there, humanless branches are getting established. ICICI Bank is the pioneer for that. Structured database for analysis, wealth management is happening. So wealth management, students from management can understand that wealth, now the money management is not the need of an hour. The wealth management, money management, meaning thereby the amount is there in the account of that particular customer. Now the wealth, the avenues where the particular customer has invested its money, so many avenues are there. So we need to accommodate all those avenues and then come to know that this is the products for you. Then we can convey the same to the IT team, and IT team can design the products accordingly. Net banking, mobile banking is there, cash deposit and withdrawal via ATM. So these are the tools that we have, and these tools are ever changing and ever emerging in nature. So you will come to, when you will see the banking after 10 years, then the scenario will be entire different and will be on more faster and more agile. In terms of future banking, we talk that these are the six, we are having the 6 pillars, that is artificial intelligence, blockchain, digital mobile banking, cyber security, cloud banking, fintech collaboration. But I should say that a 7th pillar is also there. The seventh pillar is trained and talented professional, the specialist, the IT team, the person who are doing management, because management is not that much easy. It, and further, it is required in any industry, be it in banking, be it in textile, be it in information technology, or don't go anywhere. The management is there in your university itself. So without management, things cannot happen. They need to understand the scenario. They need to get the things done accordingly. So management vis-a-vis IT and the human power collectively cut the cost of that particular organization and generate the revenue. So the conclusion is, the banking landscape has emerged technology investment focused primarily on providing the best possible customer experience, whether it's providing top-notch security, open banking, or embedded finance. All the emerging trends will keep the user as a focal point. Technology is reshaping the global banking, AI, blockchain, and cloud defining the future. Security and trust remain critical. Banking embrace innovation will thrive. So artificial intelligence in finance, where the artificial intelligence playing its role, be it stock market prediction, sale forecasting, trading, personalized banking, process automation, risk management, anti-fraud list system, credit card, loan decisions. In all those, and so many areas are there, in all those areas, AI is playing its role. It is generating the result, it is collecting the data, it is analyzing the data and sharing the result to the management, and post that, management team takes the action on that particular result and modify the things or change the things for the customer, for the bank, and for the industry itself. Why AI in banking and finance? The top reason we have already discussed, that 60% data, AI gives 60% data analysis and insight to the management, and basis on that, management can give the decision or directive to the lower management to get the things done. It increases the productivity, because if you are channelized, you know how to do the thing in a better way, then the process remains shortened and it increases the productivity, because you can allocate your time in some other activities also. So with the help of management, with the help of IT team, we can decide, we can decide the process, we can explore the avenues wherein we can get the manpower involved and get the revenue generated, and 54% cost benefits or saving. So if the cost is getting saved, then this is indirectly a profit to the organization, or the money will be available for that organization to get the money invested in some other avenues to get a better investment revenue generation. So thank you. This is all from my side. And I would like to say that the organization, the institution in which you are getting enrolled is better than the best institution, and you will come up with a very flying colors with after passing out your curriculum, and the management is very good in that university, and the placement is also a very good, and the teachers are doing their level best to get the things accommodated to you. So
Thank you so much. Robinji, there are some questions. I think students want to ask questions. So students, if you have any questions, you can write down in the chat box.
fintech is a company or the startups wherein they are having some innovative ideas with them, and they implement the same into the financial transaction to save the cost, to get the better outcome. And if the management of a particular bank or financial institution get the proposal from such kind of fintech channels, they study the proposal, they analyze the things, and then only they can include their services, or let's say they can outsource the thing to that particular company or get the collaborated. to get the things done smoothly and innovatively so that they can get the competitive edge. Digital banking maturity, meaning thereby we need to ESG, environmental, social, and governance. Both the 3 points must be there in the transaction, so that there must not be a loose data sharing to the person who is not a related party. The data must be safe, sound. The data cannot be tampered. The data cannot be changed. So if these things are happening, this is called maturity, and it is a ever changing and ever demanding process.
Robin ji, you have won so many awards in your this banking journey. So, what skills do you think the student should develop to success in the banking sector, to get success in the banking sector?
स्टूडेंट्स, अगर आपको देखो सक्सेस अगर बैंकिंग सेक्टर में लेनी है या किसी भी फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर में आपको लेनी है, तो सबसे पहले तो देखो अपने अंदर कंटेंट होना चाहिए। आप जिस फील्ड में भी काम कर रहे हो उस फील्ड का आपको एक्सपर्टीज होना चाहिए। एक्सपर्टीज होने के बाद में उस चीज को आपको ऐसा नहीं है कि बस लेके बैठ गए, कोई आकर हमारे को बोलेगा और हम करेंगे, नहीं, आपको खुद से चैलेंज एक्सेप्ट करना रहेगा। खुद को आपको जो आपके पास में है उस चीज को, आप जो एग्जिस्टिंग सिनेरियो चल रहा है कैसे बेटर कर सकते हो, क्या टीम कोलैबोरेट करके आप एक नई चीज को डेवलप कर सकते हैं, प्रोसेस को कंट्रोल कर सकते हो। आपको अवेयर रहना पड़ेगा कि एक्सटर्नल मार्केट में क्या चल रहा है, दूसरे बैंक्स, हमारे पीर बैंक्स क्या कर रहे हैं और हम क्या नहीं कर रहे हैं, या तो फिर किस एग्जिस्टिंग प्रोसेस को हम कैसे अच्छा और इनोवेटिव कर सकते हैं। तो इस चीज को लेकर के आपको हो सकता है मल्टीपल टीम के साथ कोलैबोरेट करना पड़े। वो करने के बाद में आपको मैनेजमेंट को रिपोर्ट प्रेजेंट करनी पड़ेगी। दे विल एनालाइज योर रिपोर्ट, देन ओनली दे विल लेट यू नो दैट दिस थिंग कैन बी इम्प्लीमेंटेड और नॉट। फर्दर आपको इस चीज का भी ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा कि इसकी जो चीज मैं करने जा रहा हूँ उसका कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है कि मेरा कॉस्ट इम्प्लीकेशन इतना ज्यादा है कि मेरा रेवेन्यू और कॉस्ट में ज्यादा डिफरेंस बचा नहीं है। तो वैसा नहीं होना चाहिए। हमेशा अपना और कस्टमर का इंटरेस्ट सेफ एंड सिक्योर रखते हुए कैसे मैं अच्छा एक बिजनेस जनरेट कर सकता हूँ, उस तरीके से आपको सोच करके काम करना रहेगा। इसके लिए आपकी आईटी टीम के साथ में भी आपको कोलैबोरेट करना पड़ेगा, मैनेजमेंट के साथ भी कोलैबोरेट करना पड़ेगा, ग्राउंड रियलिटी भी समझनी पड़ेगी। और एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट में, एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट मतलब ये नहीं है कि मेरा साथ का बैंक क्या कर रहा है, नहीं, एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट मतलब कि अक्रॉस द कंट्रीज क्या हो रहा है। तो उसके लिए आपको एक तरीके से अवेयर रहना पड़ेगा। उसके बाद में अगर आप काम करेंगे तो आपको बहुत अच्छे से रिजल्ट मिलेगा, एंड आप जो करोगे फिर वो आगे रिकॉग्नाइज भी होगा।
Okay, thank you so much. There are still one or two questions more, if you can answer.
हाउ कैन मशीन लर्निंग, यस बैंक की लॉन्ग टर्म ग्रोथ के बारे में आप जो पूछ रहे हैं, तो यस बैंक की लॉन्ग टर्म ग्रोथ के बारे में ऐसा है कि हमारे को अभी अगर आप इन्वेस्टर्स की बात करेंगे तो हमारे पास इन्वेस्टर्स आ गए। तो अभी ऐसा नहीं है कि बैंक में कोई चैलेंज है या तो फिर ग्रोथ के बारे में कोई दूसरी अपने को चीज सोचने की जरूरत है। एक फेज आया था जो कि थोड़ा सा क्रिटिकल था, बट वो फेज से अभी निकल चुका है बैंक। इन्वेस्टर्स आर देयर एंड बैंक 800 करोड़ का प्रॉफिट अभी लास्ट क्वार्टर में बैंक ने जनरेट करके दिया है। सो थिंग्स आर डूइंग वेल। तो अगर आप यस बैंक के साथ में अगर कोई जुड़ना भी चाहता है तो अब मैं यही बोलूंगा कि बिल्कुल मोस्ट वेलकम।
So I think you have covered all the questions. So we would like to end the session. Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. On behalf of the entire WCTM family, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you for such an insightful and inspiring session today. Your talk on the AI and money, how technology is redefining the future of banking, has given us a clear picture of how artificial intelligence and digital innovations are transforming the financial sector. The way you connected your rich professional experience with real world examples have made this session very much inspiring. So, your journey of excellence and achievements is truly inspiring, and we are privileged to have learned from your expertise. Thank you, Mr. Gupta, once again for your valuable time, and we look forward for many more sessions with you in future. Thank you so much. Dear students, our next esteemed speaker, Ms. Rashmi Saha, have joined us. Ms. Rashmi, can you hear me? Am I audible to you?
Hi, Shraddha. Yes, I can hear you very
Yeah.
well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Doing awesome. I'm so happy to be here once again.
Yeah. Please, you can switch on your camera, please.
Okay, sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Very good morning, all of you.
Yeah. Dear students, before ma'am takes the session, let me give a brief introduction about ma'am. Dear Miss Rashmi, we are very much helpful. We are very much thankful to you for giving us time for your valuable session. And it's my honor to introduce you as one of the esteemed speaker for today's orientation program. Miss Rashmi Saha is a life transformation coach and a counseling psychologist. She have over 17 years of diverse experience. She has been empowering individuals, professionals, and students to unlock their true potential and live more fulfilling lives. Through her work as a life coach and an NLP practitioner, she has transformed the lives of more than 2 lakh people across corporates, educational institutions, and communities, conducting over 500 impactful sessions. Her inspiring journey has been recognized nationally as well as internationally. She is an IVLP alumni of USA and a TEDx speaker and a proud recipient of more than 20 prestigious awards, including the Rex Karamveer Award. Her expertise has also been featured in leading newspapers and radio platforms. Today, she will be sharing her insights on unlocking your best potential, personality development, and emotional intelligence in the modern world. A session which is designed to help us understand ourselves better, develop stronger personalities, and harness the power of emotional intelligence to thrive in every sphere of life. On behalf of the entire WCTM family, I welcome you all. Welcome you, ma'am, for this session.
Thank you. Thank you so much. A very good morning, all of you. How are you? How is everyone? I see we have 252 participants here, and it's not going to be a PPT kind of a session. I want to keep it interactive because the topics that we are going to discuss in this particular session, बहुत जरूरी है ये समझना कि वो हमारी लाइफ में जरूरी कैसे है और उसको हम एग्जीक्यूट कैसे करते हैं. Because see, this is not theory. This is a behavioral aspect of our life. ये चीज हम परफॉर्म करते हैं. अच्छा, so to make it more interactive, I would request all the students, you are there in the chat box. I would love to see your responses in the chats. Okay, if that's perfect. Also, if you want to unmute yourself and ask a question, please, you're most welcome, right? First question, first of all.
Rashmi ma'am, the chat is open, so students will ask the question in the chat.
Chat is perfect.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
muted the students, so they will ask the question in the chat.
Okay, perfect. Okay, to start with, the first question that I want to ask is, do you want this session to be in English or Hinglish, Hindi and English? So please just text your answer, either E or H. E for English or H for a mix of Hindi and English. Come on. So it'll give me an idea, how should I proceed? It'll give me a better idea of how you would be comfortable. Okay. I see a mix of H and E. Okay, no problem. We'll keep it English because I understand, I believe, you'll understand Hindi and English both. So we'll keep it majorly English and thoda bahut Hindi. Okay, jahan pe emotions ko connect karte. Because I feel, people connect more with their regular day-to-day life. And why, we'll understand this later. Okay, thank you so much for answering. Thank you. I have another question for you to begin with. Okay, now this is an interesting one. Okay. We see a lot of people, right? हम रोजमर्रा की लाइफ में we come across so many people in our lives. चाहे वो कॉलेज में है, कहीं बाहर जा रहे हैं, we are meeting someone new, anything. I want all of you to tell me what is that first thing that you observe in someone. सबसे पहले कौन-कौन सी चीजें होती हैं जो आपका ध्यान, कैप्चर करती हैं, or you notice about someone. Okay, behavior, looks, okay, body language, communication, personality, Okay. Nature, looks, physical behavior, English. Okay. Behavior, personality. First expression. Way of talking. Maybe how they speak. Behavior, communication, personality. See, कितने common answers आ रहे हैं सबके. This is what you observe, isn't it? You observe सबसे पहले when communication हम बाद में रखते हैं, ठीक है? So what happens is when we meet a person, when we see a person, initial 3 to 5 seconds में ना हम उनके बारे में कुछ चीजें observe करते हैं, okay? Like their अच्छा श्रद्धा, I think
Yes.
there is some power issue. If in case I log out, I will log in through phone, okay? Okay?
Okay, no issues.
Yeah.
Students, अगर सेशन खत्म हो जाता है बीच में तो आप rejoin कर लेना.
हाँ, I'll rejoin actually. ठीक है, you'll be there. I'll rejoin. Okay, fine. Okay, so when we meet someone for the first time, in couple of seconds, say 3 to 5 seconds, there are certain things that we observe about a person. जिसको हम first impression कहते हैं. You know, most of the time we say the first impression is the last impression. Well, I have a different opinion about it. Not always what you have created, वही आपका जिंदगी भर के लिए impression रह जाएगा. ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. You will get time, you will get opportunities to rewrite that impression of yours. Always remember. But that first impression is very important. It's not the last, but it definitely is a very important aspect of our personality जो हम कहते हैं, ठीक है? First 3 seconds में हम लोगों को लोगों के बारे में क्या चीजें देखते हैं? हम देखते हैं उनका body language. You see how someone is sitting. कोई वॉक करके कैसे आ रहा है, उसके चेहरे पे कैसा एक्सप्रेशन है, इज द पर्सन स्माइलिंग, फ्राउनिंग फेस है, या फिर बहुत ऐसे एरोगेंस है उसके चेहरे पे. हम डिसाइड नहीं करते, हमें पता नहीं है, बट दीज आर द थिंग्स वी अज्यूम. व्हाई? बिकॉज ऑफ द फेशियल एक्सप्रेशंस, because of the energy. The energy is another thing that we notice about a person. Have you seen someone जैसे slouch करके आ रहा हो, या फिर आराम से ऐसे ना शांति से आ रहा हो, जिसमें ऐसे लग रहा हो कि इंटरेस्टेड ही नहीं है इस मीटिंग में, है ना? So remember this. The third thing that we see and observe about a person is the dressing. How a person dresses. देखो, कुछ लोग को देख के लगता है वाओ क्या ड्रेसिंग स्टाइल है, क्या कलर कॉम्बिनेशन इसने यूज किया है, क्या पहना है, क्या एसेसरीज इसने यूज करे हुए हैं. ब्रांडेड पहना होगा जरूर से, या फिर हम तुरंत से डिसाइड कर लेते हैं यार ये तो नॉन ब्रांडेड लग रही है, तो फ्ली मार्केट से लिया गया. हाउ डू वी डिसाइड ऑल दैट? डू वी आस्क द पर्सन? वी डोंट. हम उसको देखते हैं, हम ऑब्जर्व करते हैं, एंड देन वी मेक आवर assumptions about that particular information that we have cached. Now the point to note is, जब हम दूसरों को देख करके ये 3 4 चीजें ऑब्जर्व करते हैं, तो क्या हमें देख करके लोग ऑब्जर्व करते हैं या नहीं करते हैं? आपको क्या लगता है? डू यू थिंक दे ऑब्जर्व अस ऑल्सो? व्हेन एनीवन सीज यू, मीट्स यू, डू यू थिंक दे ऑब्जर्व यू टू? राइट? यस, सी, एवरीवन, राइट? और जैसा जजमेंट हम बनाते हैं ना कभी कभी, वैसा जजमेंट वो भी बनाते होंगे हमारे बारे में. Okay, someone is saying हम दिखते ही नहीं. Now this answer I am going to discuss in the next part of my session, which is about your emotional intelligence, because again that's very very important for your personality. I am telling you. Anyway, अभी हम personality पे stick करते हैं, ठीक है? Obviously, see, you know that people are watching you. Now let's talk about the second part of when people start interacting with you. तब क्या क्या चीजें ऑब्जर्व करते हैं? मान लो आपने किसी को देखा, ठीक है, आपने वो 3 4 चीजें ऑब्जर्व करी, उसके बाद यू स्टार्ट टॉकिंग टू देम. ओके तानिया, okay, I like to pause here. I have a very interesting question from a student. She's asking कि ma'am, is judgment that important? Judgment.
रश्मि मैम, आप यू आर म्यूटेड. आई थिंक स्टूडेंट्स उनके इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का प्रॉब्लम है तो शायद शील रीजॉइन. स्टूडेंट्स उनका इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का प्रॉब्लम है, शी इज रीजॉइनिंग, तो आप लोग ज्वाइन रहिएगा. Dear students, I have had a word with Miss Rashmi. She is rejoining back. Dear students, Miss Rashmi have joined us. Miss Rashmi, can you hear me now?
Okay, I'm back now.
Good to see you back.
Yes, yes, I'm so sorry. There was some technical.
No issue, no issues.
Yeah. So students, this is life. ऐसा ही होता है जब कोई बहुत important सा चीज होता है. There has to be something, and it's not an excuse. Trust me, it has happened a lot of times. Anyway, thank you so much, Ayush. Thank you so much. Someone has the courtesy to welcome me back, and I'm sure there are a lot of other students. Thank you so much. ये छोटी छोटी चीजें ना बहुत मैटर करती हैं, और इन्हीं छोटी चीजों के बारे में we are going to discuss today. Okay. Uh, Someone was asking me, is judgment important? Now, I have to tell you, judgment, koi, it's not an action. You don't decide and do it, most of us. But it's a simple thing that happens. क्योंकि देखिए हम जब कोई भी चीज ऑब्जर्व करते हैं, वो सारा इंफॉर्मेशन हमारा ब्रेन कैच करता है, फिर उसको एनालाइज करता है, एनालाइज करने के बाद कोई ना कोई कंक्लूजन वो डेफिनेटली ड्राइव करता है, ठीक है, एंड उसको हम जजमेंट कह देते हैं. नाउ दैट कंक्लूजन, अगर हम उस चीज को फिट बिठा लें अपने दिमाग में और हम कहें कि यही सही है और इसको बदला नहीं जा सकता, दैट इज व्हेन यू हैव मेड अ डिसीजन अबाउट दैट थिंग विच इज रॉन्ग. ओके, विच इज रॉन्ग, दैट शुड नॉट बी डन. वी शुड बी फ्लेक्सिबल इनफ टू सी कि भाई अगर किसी का फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन अगर हमारे सामने ठीक नहीं है या फिर ठीक भी बहुत अच्छा है, तो हमें उसको और भी चांसेस देने चाहिए एंड ऑब्जर्व अ पर्सन इन टोटलिटी, बिकॉज पीपल चेंज, यू नो, सिचुएशंस अलग होते हैं, हमेशा इंसान अलग तरीके से बिहेव करता है. और ये मैसेज आपको अपने लिए लेना है, क्योंकि अगर मान लीजिए कभी यू आर नॉट एबल टू पोर्ट्रे अ वेरी गुड इंप्रेशन ऑफ योर सेल्फ ऑन टू समवन, डू नॉट बी डिसअपॉइंटेड. If you feel, if you're honest, if you're sincere, if you know that your personality is pleasing enough, you're a good person, डेफिनेटली दूसरे मौके आपको इंसान भी देगा, टाइम भी देगा, वक्त भी देगा, एंड यू कैन मेक यूज ऑफ दैट टाइम. बट एनीवे, कमिंग बैक टू व्हाट वी वर डिस्कसिंग, आई हैव अनदर क्वेश्चन टू यू. ओके, हमने फर्स्ट 3 सेकेंड्स के बारे में तो कह दिया. अब मुझे ये बताइए, जब आप किसी से मिलते हैं और उसके बाद उनसे बातें करना शुरू करते हैं, तब आप उनमें क्या क्या चीजें नोटिस करते हैं, तब आप कौन कौन से इंफॉर्मेशन उनके बारे में कलेक्ट करते हैं? व्हाट आर दोस थिंग्स? कैन यू टेल मी? Can you please write your answers in the chat box? Body language, okay. Yes, tone of voice, mental growth, confidence, way to talk, behavior, manner of talking, expression. See, coming back, common things like what, Aditya? Okay, behavior, respect each other, gesture, loyalty. Again, it comes later. जब आप किसी के साथ बहुत वक्त बिता चुके हो, तब ये लॉयलिटी और उसकी वैल्यू सिस्टम के बारे में पता चलता है, ठीक है. बट मैं अभी इनिशियल हाफ एन आवर, 1 घंटे की बात कर रही हूँ, ठीक है. गुड, गुड आंसर्स. ओके. बॉडी लैंग्वेज इज सो कॉमन. सी, so common, so common. ठीक है. Now this is exactly what I want to tell you. जब आप किसी के साथ आधा घंटा कम्युनिकेट कर चुके हैं, बात कर चुके हैं, तब आपको उनके बारे में क्या क्या चीजें नोटिस आप करते हो, क्या क्या पता चलता है? उनका थॉट प्रोसेस, कभी देखा है किसी की बातों को सुन के लगता है कि वाह दिस पर्सन, इसके थॉट्स कितने अच्छे हैं, कितने क्लियर हैं, ये क्या इंटेलेक्ट है इस इंसान में, कितनी अच्छी बातें कर रहे हैं ये। तो देखा है कभी कभी फील किया किसी के साथ? कभी कभी किसी के साथ आप बात करोगे, यू विल फील अ सेंस ऑफ नेगेटिविटी, सिर्फ नेगेटिव बातें, क्रिटिसिज्म, चेहरे पे एक्सप्रेशन हमेशा सार्केज्म वाला, यू नो, द वोकैबुलरी वुड बी वेरी क्रॉस, इट विल नॉट बी नाइस, इट विल नॉट बी रिस्पेक्टफुल। ये आपको क्या बताता है उस इंसान के बारे में? डेफिनेटली उसकी सोच कैसी है, और सोच कहाँ से बनती है? आपकी अपब्रिंगिंग से, आपके सराउंडिंग से, आप कैसी फैमिली से आ रहे हैं, आपका स्कूलिंग कैसा है, आपके दोस्त कैसे हैं, दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट डिफाइन, और आपके एक्सपीरियंसेस कैसे हैं लाइफ में, दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट डिफाइन योर थॉट्स। और वो थॉट कहाँ रिफ्लेक्ट होता है? आपकी बातों में, आपके एटीट्यूड में। आधा घंटा आप किसी से बात कर लो, बहुत कुछ पसंद आएगा आपको उस इंसान के बारे में। उसके बाद आप, मतलब उसके साथ साथ आप क्या नोटिस करते हो? इस इंसान में कॉन्फिडेंस कितना है, वो बातों को कितना कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ कह रहा है। और ये सारी चीजें पता किससे चलते हैं? उसके कम्युनिकेशन स्किल से, वर्बल कम्युनिकेशंस एंड योर लिसनिंग स्किल्स, दोनों चीजों से। हो सकता है कोई इंसान बोलने में बहुत अच्छा हो, बहुत अच्छे से बोल रहा हो, लेकिन आप जैसे ही उससे बात करने की कोशिश करते हैं, वो आपको ऐसे बात काट करके, दे स्टार्ट टॉकिंग एंड दे डोंट इवन लिसन टू यू। आर दे अ गुड लिसनर? I would not call, because if you're communicating, you have to speak, but you also have to listen. That is when communication, the loop of communication gets complete, right? Body language, definitely. See, you must be wearing very good clothes, branded clothes पहना होगा, बहुत अच्छे कपड़े पहने होंगे, बहुत अच्छा आपका गेटअप होगा, सब कुछ होगा, बट आप ऐसे स्लाउच करके बैठे हुए हो, सी द वे आई एम सिटिंग राइट नाउ, ऐसे करके, या ऐसे किसी के साथ बैठ के बात करोगे, इज दिस अ गुड बॉडी लैंग्वेज? नो, नॉट एट ऑल, नो, नो। ये आपकी पर्सनालिटी को कभी भी एनहांस नहीं करेंगे। ऑल्सो, एक बहुत ही छोटी सी चीज जो आपकी पर्सनालिटी में आप नोटिस करते हो, this smile. Do you think smile matters in a personality? Do you think someone's smile matters in their personality? Yes, yes, definitely. अभी parallelly I'm taking sessions for another batch of students, तो उनका continuous session चल रहा है, right? And the first day they joined the session, they were quite hesitant, घबराए हुए थे, या फिर इंटरेक्ट नहीं कर रहे थे। जैसे आप में से भी कुछ बच्चे होंगे जो यहाँ पे चैट कर रहे हैं, जिनको लगता है कि क्या फालतू चीजें हैं, क्या क्या मतलब है, कोई नहीं है, ठीक है। तो वो उनको तो सामने, क्योंकि छोटा बैच था, आप जैसे इतने सारे बच्चे नहीं थे, तो दे वर हेजिटेंट, दे वर नॉट इवन स्माइलिंग, दे वर ऐसे ऐसे बात कर रहे थे, देख रहे थे ऐसे। और कुछ बोलो, व्हेन आई गेव देम टू टॉक, दे वर टॉकिंग लाइक दिस, जैसे मैं आपसे बात कर रही हूँ। जस्ट इमेजिन समवन टॉकिंग टू यू लाइक दिस, बिना किसी एक्सप्रेशन के, बिना किसी स्माइल के। हाउ डज दैट लुक? डू आई लुक नर्वस? ओके, किसी ने कहा हिंदी में बोलो। जी सर, बिल्कुल बोलेंगे, लेकिन आप भी थोड़ा सा इंग्लिश बोलने की कोशिश कीजिए, सीखने की कोशिश कीजिए, जरूरत पड़ेगी आपको, ठीक है? See, now this is another part of your personality. Okay, I'm gonna come to that. So yes, your smile changes your entire personality, right? So अभी तो हमने रफली डिस्कस कर लिया, अब मैं ना इनको स्ट्रक्चराइज कर देती हूँ फॉर योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, फॉर योर ईज, ओके? कि हाउ, when someone sees you, when someone meets you, they see different things in your personality and how it is important. Okay, there are two things about your personality. One is internal, another is external. इंटरनल में क्या क्या चीजें आपको लगता है कि इंसान की पर्सनालिटी आती होगी? कौन कौन से एस्पेक्ट होते होंगे इंटरनल पर्सनालिटी एस्पेक्ट में? आपके थॉट प्रोसेस, आपका एटीट्यूड, you cannot put it on yourself, you cannot act, right? It comes naturally to you. Your energy, yes, your confidence, good Lopamutra, your confidence, right? That's there. Your energy, आपकी एनर्जी कैसी है? एनर्जी कहाँ से आती है? डेफिनेटली योर फिजिकल एनर्जी, योर मेंटल एंड इमोशनल एनर्जी प्लेज अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल। कभी कभी देखा है, व्हेन यू आर सैड, व्हेन यू आर नॉट फीलिंग गुड, you come to someone and you're like, बिल्कुल भी ऐसे हाँ बोलो क्या है, इस टाइप का बिहेवियर हो जाता है. So, but when you're happy, when you have positive thoughts, when you are active, तभी आपके चेहरे पे एक अलग ही शाइन होती है, एक अलग ही चार्म होता है. देखना, ये चीजें नोटिस करना. हाँ, इस सेशन के बाद या आपने किया भी होगा, राइट? सो योर इंटरनल थॉट्स, योर इंटरनल एनर्जी, योर feelings, your emotions play a very, very, very important role in your personality. इसको ना हम थोड़े से नेक्स्ट पार्ट में एक्सटेंड करेंगे जब हम इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस पढ़ेंगे. दैट हाउ योर इंटरनल थॉट्स, योर इमोशंस are a very important part of your personality. Now let's talk about the external part. External part. Okay, someone has asked me a question, how to generate an extrovert personality. Okay, good. मैं ना ये सारे questions का answer मैं दूंगी. Let me just complete this theory because I really want you to ask me questions relevant, टॉपिक से रिलेटेड, आपकी पर्सनालिटी से, आपके इमोशन से, आपके मेंटल हेल्थ, इमोशनल हेल्थ से आपको जो सवाल करना है आप डेफिनेटली पूछ सकते हैं, एंड आई वुड लव टू आंसर. लेकिन मैं भी थोड़ा सा थ्योरी आप लोगों को बता देती हूँ. आपके एक्सटर्नल एस्पेक्ट ऑफ योर पर्सनालिटी में क्या क्या चीजें आती हैं? कैन यू नेम इट? एक्सटर्नल पार्ट में क्या क्या चीजें आती है आपकी पर्सनालिटी में? Looks, okay, appearance, dressing sense, looks matter, body posture, clothes, very good, very nice, very good. Exactly, your appearance. Appearance में क्या क्या चीजें आती हैं? आपकी ग्रूमिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. देखो, कपड़े पहन लेना सिर्फ जरूरी नहीं है. कपड़े अच्छे पहन लेना, ब्रांडेड पहन लेना इज नॉट इनफ. ग्रूमिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. हैविंग गुड क्वालिटी हेयर इज नॉट दैट इम्पॉर्टेंट, बट आप उसको मेंटेन कैसे कर रहे हैं? आपकी बियर्ड बढ़ी हुई है, आपके पास बियर्ड है, लेकिन आप उसको सही से ट्रिम नहीं कर रहे हो. यू हैव नॉट कोम्ड योर हेयर, देयर इज नो पॉइंट. So your grooming is very, very important. Be it your nails, be it your hair, be it your dress, be it your, your footwear, everything should be groomed. Very important. Choice of colors, choice of dress matters a lot. Wear something that suits your body type, your height, your weight, ये सारी चीजें बहुत मैटर करती हैं, ट्रस्ट मी. अब आपने रिसेंटली ना बहुत सारे रील्स में देखा होगा, दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कलर थियोरी, दैट हाउ यू चेंज द कलर और बिल्कुल आपकी पर्सनालिटी बदल जाती है. आपने देखा है ऐसे ऐसे कुछ वीडियोस देखे हैं जहां पे यहाँ से अलग कलर्स रखे जाते हैं, जैसे वाइट आता है अलग अलग दिखता है इंसान, फिर क्रीम लगाते हैं फिर अलग कलर दिखता है, पर्पल. सो दिस इज द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ कलर, हाउ यू कैन यूज योर कलर्स एंड यू कैन एनहांस योर पर्सनालिटी. कलर्स बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले करते हैं अलग अलग एस्पेक्ट ऑफ योर लाइफ में, ठीक है. तीसरी चीज, आपका हाइजीन बहुत मैटर करता है, बहुत मैटर करता है. आई एम टेलिंग यू, आपने बहुत अच्छे कपड़े पहने, बहुत महंगे कपड़े पहने, बहुत, एंड you're not smelling nice, you're not smelling good, you're dirty, you don't have clean hair or hands, you're sweaty. ये सारी चीजें मैटर करती हैं. आपको अगर करती है तो दूसरों को भी मैटर करती होंगी when you are there. Okay, so please understand these small things play a very, very important role. Okay, and then comes your body language, because that's an external thing. Okay, how you're sitting, what your body posture is, how you're talking to someone, आपके चेहरे का एक्सप्रेशन कैसा है, आपका आई कांटेक्ट आप मेंटेन कर रहे हो नहीं कर रहे हो. These things play a very, very important role. Okay, so it's a very simple thing, theory में बहुत कुछ नहीं है, पर प्रॉब्लम ये है कि हम उसको फॉलो नहीं करते. हमें लगता है कि हम कैजुअली ठीक है, हम जैसे हैं वैसे हैं, या फिर हमारा कॉन्सेप्ट जो है ऑफ आवर पर्सनालिटी इज समथिंग जो शायद इट्स नॉट फिटिंग द राइट वे, द राइट प्लेस. ओके, सो नाउ आई एम ओपन टू क्वेश्चंस रिगार्डिंग योर पर्सनालिटी. जो भी आप लोगों ने जो पहले पूछा है, एक बारी प्लीज वापस से, बिकॉज आई सी अ लॉट ऑफ पर्सनल चैट एंड कॉन्वर्सेशंस गोइंग ऑन हियर. आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट कि अगर किसी के सवाल हैं, please ask those questions to me and I will be addressing those questions related to your personality, your behavior, your problems if you're facing, वो किसी भी चीज से related है. Come on. I think कुछ लोगों ने पहले क्वेश्चन पूछा है. Okay, इज बीइंग एम्बीवर्ट गुड? ओके, मुझे लगता है कि दैट इज द बेस्ट place to be, being an ambivert. I'm telling you, because you can be in your own skin if you're an introvert, and when you are supposed to be an extrovert, जहां जरूरत है आपको एक फंक्शनल एक्सट्रोवर्ट बनने की, आप वो भी कर लेते हो। तो मेरे हिसाब से तो अगर आप मुझसे पूछें, दैट इज द बेस्ट प्लेस टू बी। ओके, so if you are someone, consider yourself blessed. Okay, wait. Another question is how to generate extrovertness in our personality. See, I see a lot of people who want to be extrovert. See, what do you understand by extrovert? Let's first understand this, लोगों को लगता है जो लोग बहुत फ्लैम्बॉयंट हैं, बहुत एनर्जेटिक हैं, बहुत सबसे बात कर लेते हैं, और जो नहीं कर पाते वो इंट्रोवर्ट है। ये अगर आपने अपने दिमाग में भी इस चीज को बिठा लिया, मैं इंट्रोवर्ट हूँ, मैं इंट्रोवर्ट हूँ, सबसे पहले स्टॉप सेइंग इट टू योरसेल्फ। अच्छा, नाउ साइकोलॉजिकली टेलिंग हम जिस चीज को बहुत ज्यादा रिपीट करते हैं ना अपने बारे में, वी स्टार्ट बिलीविंग इन इट। दैट इज व्हाई आई एम गिविंग यू वन सिंपल टिप। इफ यू हैव एनीथिंग दैट यू कंसिडर इज अ वीकनेस इन यू, तो प्लीज उसको ना बार बार बोलना बंद कीजिए। अरे मैं तो बहुत इंट्रोवर्ट हूँ, अरे मैं तो बहुत इंट्रोवर्ट हूँ। क्योंकि आप जब उसको बार बार कहते हैं ना, अ पार्ट ऑफ योर ब्रेन उसको लगता है कि हाँ ये तो सच है, अब तो यही सच है, अब तो कुछ नहीं हो सकता इसका। यू नो अगर प्रॉब्लम है, उसका सोल्यूशन फाइंड करने की कोशिश करते हैं। आज के बाद से टेक वन टिप फॉर मी फ्रॉम मी एंड सी योर लाइफ चेंजिंग। स्टॉप यूजिंग नेगेटिव स्टेटमेंट्स फॉर योरसेल्फ, चाहे वो मजे के लिए हो, चाहे वो एक्सक्यूज के लिए हो कि हाँ हाँ मैं कैसे करूंगा या मैं कैसे करूंगी, मैं तो एक्सट्रोवर्ट हूँ, सॉरी मैं तो इंट्रोवर्ट हूँ, मैं तो इंट्रोवर्ट हूँ। स्टॉप सेइंग इट। शायद अभी आपको ये चीज समझ में नहीं आएगी, बट लेटर इन लाइफ लॉट ऑफ यू विल अंडरस्टैंड। You should not use negative statements for yourself. That is the biggest way to self-harm. Okay, because you're training your brain for something which is not good for you. आप अपने दिमाग को ट्रेन कर रहे हैं हर दिन बोल बोल के, अरे तू तो एक्सट्रोवर्ट है, अरे तू तो इंट्रोवर्ट है, तू तो इंट्रोवर्ट है। नहीं, ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट स्टेप इज स्टॉप सेइंग दैट यूर इंट्रोवर्ट। दूसरी चीज, रिकग्नाइज कीजिए आपको प्रॉब्लम कहाँ कहाँ आ रही है। ठीक है, अगर आपको लगता है कि आप इंट्रोवर्ट हैं, तो आप एक नोट डाउन कीजिए मेंटल या फिर पेन और पेपर में कि आपको कहाँ कहाँ प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही हैं। जस्ट बिकॉज यू आर एन इंट्रोवर्ट तो आपको लगता है कि मेरी लाइफ तो मतलब प्रॉब्लम्स में ही बीतेगी, ऐसा नहीं है, ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है। कभी कभी इंट्रोवर्ट्स भी बहुत सक्सेसफुल होते हैं लाइफ में, क्योंकि उनको पता होता है कि मुझे कहाँ पे कैसे परफॉर्म करना है। अब आप एक अगर इंटरव्यू में अगर इंट्रोवर्ट होने का दावा करके, नहीं नहीं मैं तो इंट्रोवर्ट हूँ, मैं कैसे सवालों का जवाब दूं, दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम। तो वहां पे इंट्रोवर्ट होने का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, वहां पे यू आर नॉट स्मार्ट, दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम, कि आप डिस्टिंग्विश नहीं कर पा रहे हैं कि आपको कैसे कहाँ बिहेव करना है। इफ यू डोंट वांट टू मिंगल विथ पीपल, आपको ज्यादा शोर शराबा नहीं पसंद है, ज्यादा लोगों से मिलना नहीं चाहते हो, तो वो एक्सट्रीम इंट्रोवर्ट नहीं है आप। हाँ, अगर आपको नर्वसनेस हो रहा है, अगर आप घबराते हैं ग्रुप में कुछ एक्साइटिंग करने से, बाहर जाने से, भीड़ से, अगर बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है तो अलग चीज है। फिर यू कैन रीच आउट टू एक्सपर्ट्स एंड दे कैन हेल्प यू, एक्सपर्ट्स लाइक मी जो बिहेवियरल एस्पेक्ट पे काम करते हैं, हम आपको डेफिनेटली उससे बाहर निकाल सकते हैं। मेरे जैसे लोग आपको प्रॉपरली गाइड करके, ट्रेन करके, ट्रिक्स बता के, अगर कोई साइकोलॉजिकल कोई इम्प्रेशन है उसको कैसे ओवरराइड करना है, तो इस तरीके से आप कर सकते हो। ठीक है, लेकिन दैट्स फॉर द लेटर स्टेज। सबसे पहले बी स्मार्ट एंड अंडरस्टैंड, इफ यू फील यू आर एन इंट्रोवर्ट, इट्स फाइन। हर इंसान को एक्सट्रोवर्ट होना जरूरी नहीं है, लेकिन स्मार्ट होना जरूरी है कि हमें कहाँ कैसे बिहेव करना है। ठीक है, क्योंकि ये सवाल सबसे ज्यादा मैंने पूछा था, हाउ टू बी मोर ओपन टू पीपल। हाउ टू बी मोर ओपन टू पीपल इज स्टॉप फियरिंग कि लोग आपको जज कर रहे हैं, लोग आपके दुश्मन हैं, लोग आपका मजाक उड़ाने के लिए आए हैं। ये सारी चीजें सक्षम, अगर आप सुन रहे हैं मुझे, तो सबसे पहले तो ये सारी चीजें अपने दिमाग से हटाएं। बिकॉज द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट ब्लॉक्स योर प्रोग्रेस और एनी एक्शन और एनी स्टेप इज योर माइंड। हमने अपने दिमाग में कुछ आइडियाज और कॉन्सेप्ट बना के रखे हैं। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट इट बी, एक्सपीरियंस कीजिए पहले। अगर बहुत बार बार एक्सपीरियंस हो रहा है तो समझिए कि क्यों ऐसा हो रहा है, उस पर वर्क कीजिए। जस्ट डिसाइडिंग कि नहीं मेरे साथ तो हमेशा ही ऐसा होता है, मैं ये नहीं करूंगी या मैं ये नहीं करूंगा, दैट इज नॉट बीइंग स्मार्ट। आप अपने आप को रोक रहे हो, और जब तक रोके रहोगे फिर उतने ही एक्सपीरियंस के साथ पूरी जिंदगी बितानी पड़ेगी। सो ओपन योर सेल्फ फॉर मोर एक्सपीरियंसेस। हर टाइप के लोग हैं। ओके, सी अगेन हाउ टू बी एन एक्सपर्ट। ओके, डिस्क्राइब अ टाइम यू हैड टू डील विद अ डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन एट वर्क। योगेश has asked me a question. uh ऑनेस्टली मैं सच बताऊं, ये सुन के थोड़ा ये लगेगा, बट इतना डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन कभी फेस नहीं किया इन रीसेंट टाइम्स और इन अ लॉन्ग टाइम कि मुझे याद करना पड़े। लेकिन ऑनेस्टली सच में मुझे मुझे नहीं याद आ रहा है कि डिफिकल्ट टाइम जैसे वर्क पे। हाँ, आज से 10 साल पहले डेफिनेटली व्हेन आई वाज अ फ्रेशर, तब मुझे ये चीज फेस करना पड़ा था, तब की मैं बात बता सकती हूँ। बिकॉज एज अ फ्रेशर हमें लगता है कि जॉब ढूंढ लेना बड़ा आसान होता है, और जॉब मिल गई उसके बाद तो लाइफ बड़ी इजी हो जाएगी। बट आई एम टेलिंग यू, जब तक आप कॉलेज में हैं यू हैव योर बेस्ट टाइम। जैसे ही आप जॉब में जाते हो तब आपको रियल स्ट्रगल पता चलता है लाइफ का, क्योंकि वहां पे आपको कोई सिखाता नहीं है, कोई ट्रेन नहीं करेगा, कोई स्पून फीडिंग नहीं करेगा। यू आर बीइंग पेड टू परफॉर्म। सो आई थिंक यस दैट वाज वन डिफिकल्ट फेज ऑफ माय लाइफ, जिससे मेरे को सीख बहुत मिली है। और वही सीख मैं आप लोग के साथ शेयर कर रही हूँ आज, कि प्लीज नेवर टेक अ जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी और एनी अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर ग्रांटेड, क्योंकि आपको रिप्लेस करने के लिए हजारों लाखों लोग पड़े हुए हैं। एंड यू आर बीइंग पेड टू परफॉर्म, नॉट टू लर्न। लर्निंग के लिए कॉलेज है, लर्निंग के लिए ये सेशंस है, इनको यूज कीजिए लर्निंग के लिए। ओके, सो या ओके, और क्या है? Feel difficult for network. Okay, Ayushi has a very interesting question. As introvert, sometimes it feels difficult to network. What tips would you give to introverted students to build connections in college? Okay, see, सबसे पहले तो जो मैंने अभी तक कहा, आयुषी इफ यू आर लिसनिंग मी प्लीज गिव मी अ थम्स अप। ओके, दैट सबसे पहले दिमाग से ये हटा लीजिए, या फिर इस चीज को थोड़ा सा ना मॉडरेशन में रखिए कि आई एम एन इंट्रोवर्ट। मे बी यूर जस्ट हेजिटेंट, मे बी यूर जस्ट शाय, या फिर हो सकता है कि आपके पास ज्यादा एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है लोगों के साथ कैसे बिहेव करना है, इसी या नेटवर्क करना है, इसीलिए आप में घबराहट हो रही है, विच इज नेचुरल। सबके साथ होता है आयुषी, मतलब इसमें आपको परेशान होने की जरूरत नहीं है। लेकिन नेटवर्क कैसे करना है, लेट्स टॉक मोर अबाउट दैट। नेटवर्क कैसे करना है, फर्स्ट सी द काइंड ऑफ पीपल यू वांट टू कनेक्ट विथ। अब वो आपके हॉबी से रिलेटेड हो सकते हैं, आपके कोर्स से रिलेटेड हो सकते हैं, आपको किसी की पर्सनालिटी अच्छी लग रही है, किसी का काम अच्छा लग रहा है। किसी को भी अप्रोच करने का सबसे अच्छा तरीका होता है बी प्रोफेशनल। चाहे वो आप मैसेज कर रहे हैं उनको, चाहे आप मिलने जा रहे हैं उनसे फिजिकली, प्रोफेशनल होकर के अगर रिस्पेक्टफुली किसी के साथ भी आप कनेक्ट करना चाहोगे या कनेक्ट करोगे, आपको हमेशा एक पॉजिटिव रिस्पॉन्स ही मिलेगा, एटलीस्ट 95% ऑफ द टाइम्स। 5% मैं कह रही हूँ, चलो ठीक है, आप मोमेंट वॉज नॉट राइट, या फिर द अदर पर्सन माइट हैव अदर थिंग्स इन देयर माइंड, लेकिन 95% ऑफ टाइम्स इफ यू आर अप्रोचिंग विद गुड इंटेंशंस, गुड प्रिपेयर्डनेस, ये नहीं कि हाय हाय आई वांट टू टॉक टू यू, ये तरीका नहीं है। इफ यू वांट टू कनेक्ट विद समवन, एक प्रोफेशनल मैसेज के साथ जाइए। हाय, आई एम रश्मि साहा, और मुझे ना तुम्हारा वो कल का परफॉर्मेंस बहुत अच्छा लगा स्टेज पे, जो तुमने स्पीच दिया था, वेरी नाइस। कैन आई कनेक्ट विथ यू, कैन आई स्टे इन टच विथ यू। इस तरीके से जब आप बात करेंगे, इस तरीके से अप्रोच करेंगे, तो सामने वाला आपसे डरेगा नहीं। You will not be a threat for the other person, right? So this is how you can approach people networking के लिए, professional networking के लिए, right? I hope I answered your question, Ayushi. How to generate again the same word is communication, brain building. Oh my God, communication, Gaurav, is the key, not just your professional life, but your personal life also. And communication is not just about talking good. कम्युनिकेशन सिर्फ अच्छा बोलना नहीं होता है। कम्युनिकेशन इज अ लॉट मोर देन जस्ट स्पीकिंग गुड। एज आई सेड, इट इज ऑल्सो अबाउट हाउ गुड लिसनर यू आर, हाउ वेल you are able to present your thoughts and ideas, how good you are with your emotional intelligence. क्योंकि अगर आपका इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस सही नहीं है, आप अपने आप को कम्युनिकेट करते करते अपने इमोशंस के जो प्ले हो रहा है उसमें फंसते चले जाएंगे। लेट्स से you're angry right now, okay? और आपको किसी को कम्युनिकेट करना है कोई बात, आपके कलीग ने कुछ गलत किया या कुछ ऐसा किया, आपके चेहरे पे, आपकी आवाज में वो टोन में दिखाई देगा, और वहां पे वो इम्पैक्ट जो चाहिए वो पूरा का पूरा उल्टा हो जाएगा. So this is where you need to learn कि how to play with your voice, how to control your emotion, or manage your emotions rather, and then communicate your ideas ताकि वो सामने वाले तक पहुंचे. So communication plays a very, very important role. Okay. How to improve communication skills? That's a very different topic. I hope हम किसी और दिन communications के ऊपर सिर्फ बात करें ताकि हम समझे कि communication के लिए क्या क्या important factors हैं, ठीक है? चाहे वो being loud and clear है, आपका tone है, आपकी modality, how to add modulations to your voice, pronunciation है, you know, बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं. अगर आप उनको समझेंगे, उन पे प्रैक्टिस करेंगे, definitely you can get better with your communication. एंड कम्युनिकेशन का सबसे अच्छा तरीका है कम्युनिकेट. द मोर यू टॉक, द मोर यू परफॉर्म, बेटर यू गेट विथ योर कम्युनिकेशन. ओके. हाउ टू इंटरेक्ट विथ अदर्स विथ हेजिटेशन, सेम थिंग. सक्षम, नो सॉरी, हाँ सक्षम, द सेम थिंग. कॉन्फिडेंस, आपको डरने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप किसी से बात करने के लिए जा रहे हैं, कोई आपको डांटने के लिए या फिर कोई आपको मारने के लिए नहीं आ रहा है. कॉन्फिडेंस रखिए कि ठीक है, हम सही से अपनी बातों को कम्युनिकेट कर पा रहे हैं, तो सामने वाला भी ठीक से रिस्पॉन्ड करेगा. बी रिस्पेक्टफुल, बी प्रोफेशनल, बी डिसेंट. आई थिंक जो सामने वाले का रिस्पॉन्स होगा आपको खुद से कॉन्फिडेंस देगा टू कम्युनिकेट. ओके. अच्छा, एम्बीवर्ट का मतलब नहीं पता है. अब पीयूष ने लिखा है मैडम एम्बीवर्ट वगैरह का मतलब नहीं पता. ठीक है. अब देखिए, इसको अगर मैं एक अच्छे टोन में पढ़ूं तो ये दिस इज अ वेरी जेन्युइन क्वेश्चन. लेकिन हो सकता है, अब देखिए कम्युनिकेशन यही होता है. हम एक प्रोफेशनल सेटअप में हैं. बहुत सारे बच्चे इस तरीके से रिप्लाई कर रहे हैं, वो भूल जा रहे हैं कि आप सीनियर से बात कर रहे हो कि आप दोस्तों से बात कर रहे हो. ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है कम्युनिकेशन का. आपको लगेगा हमने तो बोल दिया, घर में तो चल जाता है, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई कुछ नहीं कहता है, बट प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में ऐसा नहीं चलता है. ओके. हम एक डेकोरम फॉलो करते हैं, जैसे कि हम घर में फॉलो करते हैं ना, कि हमें पता है कि बड़ों से कैसे बात करना है, पेरेंट्स से कैसे बात करना है. मतलब ज्यादातर लोग को घर में सिखाया जाता है. हो सकता है कुछ लोग के घर में आप जैसे किसी से रैंडम इंसान से बात कर रहे हैं, अपने पेरेंट्स से भी शायद वैसे बात कर रहे हो, सब हो सकता है, सबके घर का सेटअप अलग है. बट मोस्टली घरों में सिखाया जाता है एक तरीका, बड़ों के साथ कैसे बात करनी. प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में भी ये चीज वैसे मैटर करती है, राइट? हाउ टू टॉक टू योर कलीग्स, हाउ टू बी प्रोफेशनल, हाउ टू कम्युनिकेट योर सेल्फ. एंड पता है सैड पार्ट ये है कि बहुत सारे बच्चों को ये चीज पता ही नहीं होती है और उनको मिसअंडरस्टैंड कर लिया जाता है. सब लोग बोलते हैं इसको नहीं आता है, या ये रूड है या बदतमीज है, बट एक्चुअल में प्रॉब्लम ये है कि दे आर नॉट अवेयर. सो सी, अभी आपके सेशंस चल रहे हैं, लोगों को देखिए वो किस तरीके से बात कर रहे हैं, क्या उनका तरीका है, उनसे सीखिए, आपके लिए अच्छा होगा. ठीक है. कॉन्फिडेंस, कॉन्फिडेंस आई थिंक हो गया ये सारे क्वेश्चंस. पब्लिक स्पीकिंग टिप्स, स्टेज पे जाते ही वॉइस थिन हो जाती है, हार्ट बीट इंक्रीज हो जाता है और कैसे, व्हाट टू डू. ओके वंश, इफ यू आर देयर प्लीज लेट मी नो इफ यू गेटिंग माय आंसर. बहुत कॉमन चीज है. स्टेज फियर सबको होता है. मैं बताऊं, हर कोई जब स्टेज पे जाता है ना, तो 2 सेकंड के लिए थोड़ा सा घबराहट होता है. आई एम टेलिंग यू, सबको होता है. एंड इट इज नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ योर परफॉर्मेंस, इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द फियर ऑफ अननोन. आई एम टेलिंग यू, क्योंकि ऑडियंस नया है, हमें पता नहीं, सेम ऑडियंस भी, तो हमें पता नहीं कि हमारा परफॉर्मेंस कैसा होगा, है ना, हमें रिप्लाई कैसा मिलेगा. तो कुछ टाइम के लिए वो दिमाग डेफिनेटली सोचता है, ठीक है. लेकिन हाउ टू डील विद दिस, प्रैक्टिस. इतने अच्छे से अपने स्पीच को या अपने कंटेंट को प्रैक्टिस कर लो कि आपको पता हो कि हाँ, आई एम प्रिपेयर्ड. व्हेन यू नो दैट यू आर प्रिपेयर्ड, यू विल फील कॉन्फिडेंट. अगर बीच में कोई इशू भी होता है तो यू नो आप उसको मैनेज कर लोगे, बिकॉज यू नो द कंटेंट, यू नो हाउ टू लैंड दैट कंटेंट. ठीक है. दैट्स द फर्स्ट थिंग. सेकंड, सी, बहुत मैटर करता है कि आपका ऑडियंस कैसा है. लाइक सी, यहाँ पे 250 लोग हैं. क्या 250 में से 250 लोग मुझे सही से सुन रहे होंगे यहाँ पे? क्या उस सिंसियरिटी के साथ या इंटरेक्ट कर रहे हैं, नहीं कर रहे, राइट? सो यू हैव टू फोकस ऑन पीपल हु आर इंटरेक्टिंग विथ यू। स्टेज पे जब आप हो, उन लोगों को स्पॉट करो हु आर इंटरेक्टिंग विथ यू, हु आर गिविंग यू पॉजिटिव फीडबैक। उससे क्या होगा फायदा, कि आपको एक पॉजिटिव फीडबैक मिलता रहेगा, आपका कॉन्फिडेंस इंटैक्ट रहेगा। वरना अगर कोई, आप किसी को देख लेते हो जो आप पे हंस रहा है, आपस में बात कर रहा है, या फिर अननेसेसरी के मतलब न्यूसेंस क्रिएट कर रहा है, तो फिर दैट माइट डिस्ट्रैक्ट यू। ठीक है, जैसे इस सेशन में बहुत सारे लोग कर रहे हैं वो चीज, तो मुझे अब फर्क नहीं पड़ता, बिकॉज I have a different perspective when I am on stage, when I am speaking. With time, that you will also develop that. Okay, but practice things, know what you're doing, focus on people who are giving you positive feedback. It will definitely help you enhance your performance when you're on stage. Okay, and always remember कि कोई कुछ नहीं करेगा, कोई कोई आपको हर्ट नहीं करने वाला है। Okay, you're safe, you're still safe. When we zone out between the meetings, how do we our mind? Take a deep breath, Anjali. If anything like that happens, take a break respectfully. Excuse yourself. Go out. बाहर आप अगर professionally respectfully बोलेंगे ना कि sir, I need 2 minutes. I'm not feeling well, or I'm just I'm stuck somewhere. तो आपको बिल्कुल वो टाइम दिया जाएगा, किसी को बुरा नहीं लगेगा। Instead of wasting time की क्या करना है? Take a pause. Go out of that situation, बाहर जाइए, breathe a little, do a little breathing exercises, and you can get back with better energy and better mind. Okay. How to be comfortable in front of anyone for the first time? जैसे आप दूसरों के साथ होते हो, आराम से जाइए, बातें कीजिए उनसे। फर्स्ट टाइम है तो it's fine. The person is not going to hurt you. Okay. Hmm. Okay, same. I think वंश वाला क्वेश्चन बहुत लोगों ने पूछा है। I hope you got the answer. Okay.
Rashmi ma'am, there are many students who struggle with stage fear. So
Yeah.
what strategies do you recommend to overcome that?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said, Shraddha. If you're going on stage, preparedness is the best thing to start with. Be prepared. The more prepared you are with your content, आपको कॉन्फिडेंस उतना ज्यादा मिलेगा, आप भूलोगे नहीं। ठीक है, और अलग अलग ऑडियंस के साथ प्रैक्टिस कीजिए, अकेले कीजिए, कुछ लोग मिरर के साथ करते हैं, कुछ अपने दोस्तों को सामने इकट्ठा कीजिए उनके साथ, ताकि आपको वो वाली एक्सपीरियंस भी हो जाए कि जब मेरे सामने लोग बैठे हैं तो मुझे कैसे परफॉर्म करना है। ठीक है, उसके बाद अपने बॉडी लैंग्वेज को ऐसा रखिए कि यू फील कॉन्फिडेंट। योर बॉडी लैंग्वेज प्लेज अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल। अगर आप डर के ऐसे जाओगे ना, तो आप डरे हुए रहोगे। बी स्ट्रेट, कंफर्टेबल, wear good clothes when you know that you are looking good, and you will get positive feedback from people. और तीसरा, जैसे मैंने पहले बताया, communicate, interact with people, उनका positive feedback मिलेगा, तो आप ना उन चीजों को पिक करके you can enhance your performance. Okay. Okay, now because we have very less time left, I will get back to the question. ठीक है, मैं इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस के बारे में कुछ बताना चाहती हूँ, बिकॉज वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। डू यू नो व्हाट इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस इज? डू यू नो, स्टूडेंट्स, डू यू नो व्हाट इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस इज? ओके, नो, यस, ओके, मोस्टली नो। ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, 50-50। ठीक है। अच्छा, आपको पता आईक्यू क्या होता है? आईक्यू पता है क्या होता है? व्हाट इज आईक्यू? Intelligence quotient, right? How intelligent someone is, right? Similarly, EQ is emotional quotient, that how someone is able to deal with their emotions. और जो इंसान अपने इमोशंस के साथ प्रॉपरली डील कर पाता है, इसको हैंडल कर पाता है, मैनेज कर पाता है, वो इंसान इमोशनली इंटेलिजेंट कहलाता है। ठीक है, दैट इज व्हाट इज emotional intelligence in simplest words. Now, examples. जब आपको किसी ने डांटा, now why we talk about this professional life में हम इस चीज के बारे में बात करते हैं कि आपको इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंट होना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. पर्सनल लाइफ में भी जरूरी है, लेकिन प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में ज्यादा जरूरी है, क्योंकि प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में नो वन केयर्स अबाउट योर इमोशंस. ओके, बिकॉज कोई अगर आप रो रहे हो ऑफिस में जस्ट बिकॉज आपको आपके बॉस ने डांट दिया है, तो कोई आपको ऐसे नहीं बोलेगा हाँ बेटा कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है, चलो तुमको शॉपिंग कराने ले चलते हैं, आइसक्रीम कराने ले चलते हैं, चलो तुम्हारा रेज कर दे देते हैं, सैलरी सब ठीक हो जाएगा. नो, there is no excuse for your emotional breakdown. You cannot use that. You have to be emotionally strong. You have to be emotionally intelligent. आपको किसी बात पे गुस्सा आया है, मान लीजिए आपके किसी कलीग ने, आपके किसी जूनियर ने, किसी बॉस ने अगर मान लीजिए कुछ ऐसा कहा, कुछ ऐसा किया, काम सही से नहीं करा, and you're not very happy about it. Maybe you are upset about it. What do? Do you go out and start shouting at them? You don't, right? Do you go and start, creating a menace? You cannot. You have to deal with that situation in a very, very, very professional way. आपको बात करना है, लेकिन ये कब होगा? जब तक आप यहाँ से सॉर्टेड नहीं होंगे तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा. सो टू बी इमोशनली इंटेलिजेंट 4 चीजें होती है जो बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी होती हैं. इस चीज को समझिए. सबसे पहले इट्स अबाउट मैनेजिंग योर इमोशंस. ठीक है, मैनेज हम किसी चीज को कैसे करेंगे? जब हम उस चीज को समझेंगे. So understanding your emotion is very, very important. You have to start understanding, noticing your emotion. कि ये emotion गुस्सा है, jealousy है, चिड़चिड़ापन है, frustration है. क्या है ये emotion, right? You have to start understanding, acknowledging your emotions. एक दूसरा एस्पेक्ट जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है कि हमें दूसरों के बातों को, दूसरों के इमोशंस को परसीव करना भी आना चाहिए. हो सकता है हम अपने बारे में बहुत सॉर्टेड हैं, हम अच्छे से बिहेव करते हैं, हमें पता है अपने इमोशंस को कैसे मैनेज करना है, लेकिन जब सामने वाला इंसान अपने किसी इमोशनल फॉर्म में होता है, लेट्स से दे आर एंग्री और दे आर क्राइंग और दे आर वेरी हैप्पी और वेरी डिफरेंट इमोशंस, वी डोंट नो हाउ टू टेक इट. हम उसको अपने ऊपर अटैक की तरह ले लेते हैं. हमें लगता है कि नहीं, हमारे बारे में ही कोई कुछ कह रहा है, या इसको हमसे ही प्रॉब्लम है, या फिर ये तो हमारे अगेंस्ट है. ठीक है, सो अंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड परसीविंग समवन एल्सेस इमोशन इज ऑल्सो पार्ट ऑफ बीइंग इमोशनली इंटेलिजेंट. थर्ड थिंग इज प्रोजेक्टिंग योर इमोशन. जैसे मैंने पहले कहा कि यू माइट फील लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, यू माइट फील लॉट ऑफ इमोशंस, लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, लेकिन उसको प्रोजेक्ट कैसे करना है? इन अ सोशल वे, इन अ वे दैट इट डजंट हार्म यू और द अदर पर्सन और पीपल अराउंड यू. दैट इज वेरी, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. देखो, बहुत बार लोग कहते हैं ना कि मुझे एक्सप्रेस करना नहीं आता. ठीक है, जब अच्छी बातें होती हैं, जब पॉजिटिव बातें होती हैं, किसी की तारीफ करनी होती, किसी को बूस्ट करना होता है, तो लोग बोलते हैं अरे हमें तो एक्सप्रेस करना नहीं आता, हम इमोशनल नहीं है, ऐसा वैसा. लेकिन जब गुस्से की बात आती है, जब फ्रस्ट्रेशन की बात आती है, तब शायद वैसे लोग बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्रेस कर लेते हैं खुद को. सो आई हैव टू टेल यू दैट इज नॉट द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ इमोशंस, इट इज द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन. So learning how to express your emotions is also being emotionally intelligent. चाहे वो प्यार है, चाहे वो खुशी है, चाहे वो गुस्सा है, चाहे वो इरिटेशन है, चाहे वो फ्रस्ट्रेशन है, you have to learn how to express it verbally, by your behavior, by your actions, by your language, by your expressions, everything. Okay? It's a practice. ये धीरे धीरे होगा. इसमें थियोरी में आप सर्टिफिकेशन भी अगर कर लो, डिग्री भी कर लो, जब तक आप इसको प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे अपनी डे टू डे लाइफ में, यू डोंट लर्न, you will never be an emotional intelligent person. But if you're practicing it already, you are an emotional intelligent person. I have a lot of questions coming up, so मैं जल्दी से कुछ questions ले लेती हूँ quickly so that ma'am, based on your past experience, what are things we should avoid during our doing in future? Okay, find good people. Okay, come across people, make friends with people, network with people who have a positive mindset. ठीक है, कभी भी victim mindset के लोगों से प्लीज कभी भी मत वो कीजिए. उनके साथ इंटरेक्ट मत कीजिए, क्योंकि वो ना तो खुद आगे बढ़ेंगे ना वो आपको आगे बढ़ने के लिए देंगे, बढ़ने देंगे, ठीक है। सो बी अराउंड पीपल, नेटवर्क विद पीपल, और एंड ऑल्सो बिकम समवन, ठीक है, विथ a positive mindset, with a progressive mindset, who wants to learn, who wants to explore, who wants to experience things, right? Not with मेरे साथ ही ऐसा हो गया मैं तो ऐसा, पहला। और दूसरा, stay away from people who play with your mental health. Now mental health again आजकल के टाइम पे बहुत लाइटली लिया जा रहा है, इसलिए मैं ज्यादा उसको भी नहीं कहूंगी, वरना तुरंत से बच्चे परेशान हो जाते हैं। लेकिन हाँ, if someone is trying to bring you down, someone is trying to discourage you, someone is trying to control you, stay away from these people, right? Make career choices. तीसरी चीज, make career choices after having a discussion with your family, with your parents, seniors and expert in that field. आपको बहुत हेल्प मिलेगी। आई अंडरस्टैंड आपका चॉइस कुछ होगा, आपका मन कुछ होगा, बहुत अच्छी बात है, प्लीज बिलीव इन इट, बहुत अच्छी बात है, बट डू कंसिडर योर पेरेंट्स, योर सीनियर्स एंड पीपल इन दैट फील्ड जिनसे डिस्कस आपको करना चाहिए एक बार, ठीक है। विभाष, आई थिंक आई आंसर्ड योर क्वेश्चन। ये तो आप बताइए योगेश, हाउ डू आई डिस्क्राइब माई सेल्फ इन 3 words? एक्चुअली दैट शुड बी अ होमवर्क फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू। डिस्क्राइब योर सेल्फ इन 3 words. What are my views on people having different interests and different opinion? Like it often lead to conflicts between people we love. Our different opinion, different interest, I feel is completely natural. We are allowed to have our own interest and our own opinions. Yes or no? हम लोग अलग हैं, right? लेकिन अगर हम किसी के साथ हैं, चाहे वो फैमिली है, फ्रेंड्स हैं, पार्टनर्स हैं, understand what people are trying to tell you, what their interest lies in, and if you want to communicate कि you don't like it or you're not with them, communicate it respectfully, हमेशा किसी को नेगेट करने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि हर इंसान अपने हिसाब से सही ही पूछ रहा है। गौरव, to ask something, you have raised your hand. Give some tips on habits that we can adapt on our daily lifestyle to improve our communication. Okay. Communication confidence को लेकर के पहले तो नेगेटिव थॉट्स को प्लीज बंद करो। डू नॉट से कि मैं कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं हूँ, आप बस इस पर आपने वर्क नहीं करा है, ठीक है। गो एंड टॉक टू पीपल एज मच एज यू टॉक, डोंट क्लोज योर सेल्फ। जैसे शॉपिंग के लिए जा रहे हो, कभी कम्यूट कर रहे हो, आसपास के लोग हैं, आपके टीचर्स हैं, वैरायटी ऑफ पीपल, ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ दोस्तों से ही बात कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, जहां मेरा कंफर्ट जोन है। अपने कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर निकल के लोगों से बात करने की कोशिश कीजिए, ऑब्जर्व कीजिए लोगों को। हम बहुत सारा ऑनलाइन कंटेंट देखते हैं, राइट, उसमें थोड़ा सा लर्निंग ऐड कर दीजिए। सी हाउ पीपल टॉक, कहाँ पॉज लेते हैं, प्रोनाउंस कैसे करते हैं, और बहुत एकदम हाई अमेरिकन या यूके इंग्लिश वो चीज पे मत जाइए, एवरेज इंडियंस को वॉच कीजिए, पीपल विद गुड इंग्लिश, बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा। ओके 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 people, okay. What are the 3 top body language mistakes people usually make during professional interactions? I'll tell you, बहुत सारे मिस्टेक्स हैं। एक तो जो नॉन वर्बल मिस्टेक्स हैं वो सबसे ज्यादा लोग करते हैं, लाइक आई सीन लॉट ऑफ पीपल, वो शायद चाह के नहीं करते हैं, लेकिन कभी उनको कोई चीज पसंद नहीं आती है तो okay, this first. Second, I have seen a lot of people rolling eyes, and young people, I've seen them, उनको कोई चीज पसंद नहीं आएगी, they'll start rolling their eyes, ऐसा। Do not do that. आपको लग रहा है कि आप चेहरे पे स्माइल रख के आप प्रिटेंड कर रहे हो, सबको पता चलता है, ठीक है। And another thing that people make mistakes is, bad body language and offensive, जिससे सामने वाला इंसान uncomfortable होता है। Fourth, I'm going to add one more, not having a good handshake. People don't know how to shake hands. Learn that. Trust me. Okay, a lot of questions. अब मेरे को लगता है questions के लिए एक अलग session रखना पड़ेगा। I'm so happy. Okay. Does our subconscious mind can change our personality? Yes, definitely it can. That is where, most of our behavioral pattern comes from. इसीलिए कहा जाता है, इसलिए मैं बार बार कह रही हूँ कि do not say anything negative about yourself, because somewhere you're training your subconscious mind, मैं तो ऐसी हूँ, नहीं, आप नहीं हो। स्टार्ट ट्रेनिंग इट फॉर, मैं बेटर बन सकती हूँ, मैं बेटर कर सकती हूँ, मुझे अपने में चेंज लाना है. Replace those statements with positive statements, and this is how you can train your uh, subconscious brain. Okay, sometimes they bring it. How to handle a situation where other person misunderstands us. If you know they have misunderstood you, go and confront them. उनसे बोलिए कि आप शायद मेरे को मिसअंडरस्टैंड कर रहे हैं, वो आपके पास, और अपना जो एस्पेक्ट है उनको बताइए. ठीक है. ऑलवेज हेल्प्स, ऑलवेज हेल्प्स. क्योंकि मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग इसलिए हुई ना क्योंकि आपको, आपके बीच में कम्युनिकेशन नहीं हुआ है. सो कम्युनिकेट वेल एंड हेल्प देम अंडरस्टैंड हु यू आर और व्हाट योर इंटेंशंस आर, व्हाट योर एक्शंस आर. सीधी सी बात है. ठीक है. और उसके बाद उसको थोड़ा वक्त दीजिए. ऐसा नहीं है कि हमने तो आज बोल दिया बस तुरंत से उसका मन बदल जाएगा और वो हमको समझ जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं होता है. थोड़ा उनको टाइम दीजिए, वक्त दीजिए. वो डेफिनेटली आपके पास शायद आएंगे आपको बोलने के लिए कि ठीक है मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग हो गई थी. और अगर बहुत वक्त के बाद भी वो अपने थॉट प्रोसेस के साथ रहना चाहते हैं तो इट्स देयर चॉइस. देन यू कैन नॉट चेंज देम. लेट इट बी. मे बी समडे दे विल अंडरस्टैंड. ओके. ओके, क्वेश्चन है ये, मैं क्लियर करना चाहती हूँ. व्हाट टाइप ऑफ बॉस इज यूजुअली सीन इन ऑफिसेस एंड व्हाई आर एम्प्लॉय ऑफन अफ्रेड ऑफ देम. ये ऐसा कोई रिटन रूल नहीं है. किसने आपको कह दिया कि बॉस से लोग डरते हैं? इज्जत करते हैं डेफिनेटली, उनकी सुनते हैं डेफिनेटली. क्यों सुनते हैं? क्योंकि वो उनके पास ज्यादा एक्सपीरियंस है. आप लोगों का रोल वो है, आपके बॉस का रोल है आपको गाइड करना, आपको असाइनमेंट देना, आपसे रिपोर्ट लेना. तो डेफिनेटली यू आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू देम, यू आर आंसरेबल टू देम. लेकिन डरना आई थिंक जरूरी नहीं है. नहीं, मैं तो नहीं मानती. मैंने तो बहुत अच्छे अच्छे बॉसेस देखे हैं हु मेंटेन अ वेरी गुड रिलेशनशिप विद देयर टीम, यू नो. एंड अगर वो चीज नहीं रहेगी तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस क्रिएट करना, इनफैक्ट वर्क एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट करना. सो इस नोशन को हटा दीजिए विभाष कि बॉसेस से लोग डरते हैं. बिल्कुल भी नहीं डरते हैं. डरेंगे तभी जब वो काम नहीं करेंगे, तभी जब वो गलत करेंगे तो ठीक है. अनलेस ठीक है, बॉसेस आर डिसेंटली गुड. अब कुछ हर टाइप के लोग होते हैं, उनका कुछ नहीं कर सकते. How can we smartly manage our emotions during professional career? You will learn this, Muskan. You will learn this, and this is what you have to learn. कि अपने professional life में अपने emotions को समझना, उस पे work करना is a process. Is a process. If you start today, you will learn it in a while. Okay? It could be 6 months, it could be 6 days, it could be 6 years. सबके लिए अलग है. But now, because you are thinking about it, just start working on it. Okay? एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन आ रहा है, बार बार आ रहा है. वीवो, इस बच्चे ने अपना नाम भी नहीं दिया है. हाउ टू इग्नोर गर्ल्स इन आवर क्लास. सीधी सी बात है, बोल दो मेरे से कोई बात नहीं करेगा. और अगर नहीं इग्नोर हो रहे तो यू कैन यू नो just hang a tag, I don't talk to girls. Okay, if that is what is helping you. But I don't understand कि आपको ऐसा क्यों चाहिए, क्यों इग्नोर करना है. अगर आप एक कोएड में हैं तो आप लड़कियों को क्यों इग्नोर करना चाहते हैं? You could have gone to a boys college. आपके लिए आसान होता. How to handle failure and what can I learn from it? Yogesh, very important question. See, understand failure is not the end of any opportunity. सब कोई फेल करता है, बट समझना ये है कि हमने किया क्यों. हमारी प्रिपरेशन सही नहीं थी, हम परफॉर्म सही नहीं कर पाए, कहाँ गलती है उसको इंट्रोस्पेक्ट कीजिए. दैट इज द फर्स्ट लर्निंग दैट यू कैन गेट, यू नो, हाउ टू what to learn from your failure. And दूसरी चीज, that you can do it. Do not get disappointed. There will be more opportunities if you're open for it. Go and look for opportunities. Okay. Shraddha, is there any question that you would want to ask from students?
So no, students have asked a lot of questions to you, and I think that's covered everything. And still, if there are any questions, I'll let you know.
Sure. Okay. So, students, I'm sharing a link with you if you want to, you know, this is, you know, share your reviews, connect with me. You can connect. I can share my LinkedIn profile also. It's lifecoach.rashmi Saha. If you want to connect, or Rashmi Saha on LinkedIn, if you want to connect with me, you can connect with me wahan pe. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me, share your views, okay? And I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. I hope the session was interactive, well explained, and you are having some takeaway. Yes, again, it's by Rashmi Saha. आप रश्मि साहा के नाम से आप मेरे को ढूंढ सकते हैं जहाँ पर भी. You can reach out on Google. मैंने लिंक भेज दिया है. Life Coach Rashmi Saha on YouTube and Instagram. Yeah. So thank you. It was a lovely, lovely interaction. I love the audience's interaction. बहुत अच्छा लगा मुझे. मजा आया. And I hope फिर मिले.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such an enlightening session. And on behalf of the entire WCTM family, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you for delivering such an insightful and inspiring session on unlocking your best self. Your words today have not only enlightened us about the importance of emotional intelligence, but have also given us practical ways to work on our personality, confidence, and self awareness. The real life experiences and the valuable strategies that you have shared will truly help our students becoming the better version of themselves, both personally as well as professionally. We are especially grateful to you for the time and effort that you took to guide our students, and this will leave a long lasting impact on them. Once again, thank you so much for being with us today and guiding our students. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. It was so, so good to connect and hope to connect with all of you all over again.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a
Yeah.
session with you again in future, maybe a physical session as well.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
whenever you come to Delhi, you can let me know.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Great, great. Take care of yourself and goodbye, all of you.
Yeah, nice session. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Dear students, our next esteemed speaker, Mr. Pravesh Jain, have joined us. Mr. Pravesh, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're audible. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. So, dear students, before sir takes the session, let me give a brief introduction about sir. It's my honor to introduce you as one of the esteemed speaker for today's orientation program. Mr. Pravesh Jain will be addressing you all on an insightful topic that is from store shelves to success, lessons from FMCG and retail for life and career. Mr. Pravesh Jain is currently working as MT e-commerce revenue manager at Mondelez India, a leading global player in the FMCG industry. This company acquired Cadbury in 2010. Over the last 6+ years at Mondelez, he has donned multiple key roles from management trainee to area sales manager to revenue planning manager for the biscuit category, and now he is leading the e-commerce revenue management. As a distinguished academic, he holds an MBA in business management from XLRI Jamshedpur and a BTech from IIT Roorkee. Before his FMCG journey, he worked as a product manager at ICICI Lombard, where he led the development of pioneering renewable energy insurance products in the Indian market. Beyond his corporate achievements, he has also shown strong leadership in various capacities, from being the secretary of Sigma at XLRI to managing finance and sponsorship of large-scale fest at IIT Roorkee. His career is a perfect blend of strategic thinking, innovation, and leadership. Today, as he shares his learning, we are sure to gain valuable insights on how lessons from FMCG and retail can inspire and shape our lives and career. Welcome, Mr. Pravesh. Welcome to our orientation program.
Thank you so much, Shraddha. Thanks for your kind words.
My pleasure.
All right. I'll quickly start. And thanks everybody for joining in. I can see people in huge number. A lot of first year students from BBA and MBA and BTech. So I'll try and keep my content in a way that it's fairly understandable with everyone. It's you all can relate with most of the things. And in the end, we'll talk about some informal stuff, right? Right. So with that, I'll just give me a moment. I'll share my screen, and then we can start. Yeah. Yeah. Let me know if my screen is up.
Yeah. Your screen is visible.
All right. Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. I understand it's a tricky space where I'm sitting. I'm sitting between you and lunch. So I'll try and make it as interesting as possible. Right. So basically, what I'll talk about is from store shelves to success. I've been in FMCG industry for the last 6 years. So basically, I'll tell you about the basics of FMCG industry. What are the key metrics in terms of how a product is said to be doing well in the market, and what are the improvement areas that a particular organization can work on to really get the market share that they desire to. And in the end, whatever my learnings have been so far in life, I studied from engineering college and MBA college, and whatever my key learnings have been in life, regardless of profession or personal life, I will try to summarize my key learnings, which you might have heard otherwise, but some of you it might be new. But these are my key learnings from my professional and personal life so far, right? So with that, I'll start. So, quick introduction about me. Shraddha already told you that my about my education, etc. I'll just give you a glimpse of how my career has shaped over the year, because all of you are at the beginning of your career formation stage, and I thought it would be a good idea to share with you how my career has shaped in terms of what decisions I've taken at what moment and what were the drivers in my head to take those decisions, and hence how do I feel at where I am right now. Right. So, hi everyone, I'm Pravesh. This is my journey so far. I did my engineering from IIT Roorkee in 2015. I studied petroleum engineering. IIT Roorkee happens to be the oldest engineering college of India. It was formed by the Britishers back in 1860. In IIT Roorkee, my experience was that my course was more on the technical side. It was about geophysics. While I was fairly good at it, there was a lot of committee related work that I used to venture myself into. It was all about management, making your own fest. We designed our own fest when we were in college. IIT Roorkee never used to have an online technical fest of its own, so we designed a fest called as iFest, and like really did some good partnerships with good corporates who wanted to promote their products into the foray of an engineering college fraternity, and at the same time we were also able to give them some visibility. So that was a lot of entrepreneurial work I was able to do because of the opportunities that I got at IIT Roorkee, which is where I somewhere I felt that this is something that gives me the rush. As you can see the image of Rocket Singh. So the entire idea of making a product, selling it really well, making it big, and then promoting it, and then owning the results and everything. So, and that entire management ka kida, as you can say, that really sprung up on me at that point in time. And by the time my course got over in IIT Roorkee, which was in 2015, somewhere I got a strong calling that management is something that where I want to be at, or rather where I want to start my career in, instead of being on the technical side. And hence that was reflective in the first role that I got post my IIT Roorkee placement season. I got placed as a product manager in ICICI Lombard, and the work there was very, very interesting. It was not a regular selling insurance kind of a product role. As you can see in this image, my job was to make new products in the renewable energy industry, solar energy, wind energy. So these are new upcoming sectors in India right now. They are fairly established, but back in 2015, they were absolutely new, and there were a lot of insurance products which were sold globally, but in India they were not there. So my role was to design those products, sell those products to the different organizations, and thus be able to make a story around that, the fact that ICICI Lombard has been the first organization in the whole of this country who has sort of designed these insurance covers and sold them for the first time in India, right? So my entire work was very entrepreneurial. As I said, in the college, I felt that management was something I was really hooked onto, and this role gave me that clarity. I was always on a high. I was always wanting to give more of myself for landing these products into the Indian market. And fortunately, by the time I finished my role in the organization, we were the first ones to sell a solar panel warranty insurance in the whole of India. There was a loss of sun cover that we designed, that theoretically, if there's a solar farm, but let's say the sunshine is not coming on the solar farm, there's a lot of rain, so then the desired output of that solar farm goes away. So then who insures that? So that was a tricky parametric weather-based cover that we were able to design. I used my science knowledge also to sort of look at the radiation patterns of a particular location, look at the risks, evaluate those risks, and thus give an insurance to a particular solar farm owner that even if sun does not fall on your solar farm, your desired output, if you're not able to produce that, we will give you the insurance that even if your sales or your produced energy or electricity is not to the desired tune, there's a company standing beside your back who will sort of insure this risk. So it was a very fairly interesting space to work, and this paved way for me to really feel that, as I was getting more and more clarity on what I really want to do long term in my life. By the time I finished this role in ICICI Lombard, I was very clear that management is where I want to be, and hence. XLRI, which also happens to be the oldest B school of India. That's where I landed up with a course of MBA in business management. And see, that's what clarity does to you. In IIT Roorkee, while it was an engineering college, it was a journey. And in XLRI, I went in with a very clear mind that, business development or general management is what I want to do, with focus on sales and marketing. I really want to build products from the scratch and be able to sell them and scale them up at a pan India level. And hence my journey in XLRI was fairly smooth. I I got so many shortlists in the MBA college, in the internship process itself. Of course, having the IIT tag also helps, but I think what the key lever for me over there was having that clarity in head that, this is the kind of court, FMCG management. This is where I really want to build my career, and my journey was fairly smooth. I was among the first ones to get placed. Mondelez India. A lot of you may not know. Mondelez essentially is the official name for Cadbury's right now in India. Cadbury right now is just a brand name. Until 2011, it was the name of the organization Cadbury India Limited. But from 2011 onwards, Mondelez International is the official name for the serving organization. The products, etc., everything remains the same, right? So in Mondelez, I got the internship in 2018, and because I was so passionate and I worked so hard to get the PPO, and I really liked the work that I got. I got the PPO in at the time my first year only ended, right? So that is what clarity does to you: clarity and passion, a lot of determination. And I was secured. My second year was fairly relaxed in the sense that I was not bothered about whether I'll get the job, what kind of job I'll get, etc., and everything. So that was about my journey till the time I landed with a role. Now, within Mondelez, I've done 3 roles so far, as Shraddha just mentioned. I started as the state head for Chhattisgarh. And right, this was like a circle coming back for me, full. What I felt back in IIT Roorkee, that, this is something that I might like to do or like doing right now. I got to do that full time in my first role in itself in Chhattisgarh. I was working as a state head. I had a team of some 100 people under me, and essentially I was responsible for everything that Cadbury slash Mondelez was selling in the state. It was a good mix of having a team leadership kind of experience. You are responsible for everything. You are talking to the distributors, you're talking to the sub distributors, your head office, finance, you're even recruiting people. So that way, it's a very wholesome role which encapsulates all that you would want from a management role. Right. So, and I was in Chhattisgarh. I realized it's a very, very good state. These sales roles are very interesting. You get to stay in really unexpected places, and then you explore them. Here, my learning was that initially I was a bit skeptical on what kind of state would that be. But as it's written on the screen, by the time I departed from there, I really liked the place. Chhattisgarh is sable badhiya is what people say for the states. If there are any people sitting in the audience from the state, I really know where this comes from. Right. So that was about my first role. My next 2 roles, as I said, I really enjoyed this first role, and hence my consequential journey in Mondelez has been fairly smooth. I've been getting promotions one after the other, and I've been in head office for the last 4 years, which is in Mumbai. And here I've been doing trade marketing. Earlier, I was doing trade marketing for the biscuits category. Now I'm sort of doing trade marketing at a channel level, which is omni-channel, which basically includes your modern trade and e-commerce of the world. So modern trade basically means your Reliance, DMart, and e-commerce basically, obviously, as you know, would mean Amazon, Flipkart, Swiggy, Zepto, and Blinkit, and all of the world. So that's about my overall professional career journey. Or why I wanted to take you all through with this was, since you all are in the formation stage of your career, I just want to tell you how you can give focus to having clarity in head while taking such certain critical decisions. While at the beginning of your graduation journey, I understand there's lesser clarity, so we take decisions basis, what the world is telling us or what our gut feeling is telling us. But as you grow older, you tend to have you would need to have that clarity that, what is it that I like doing. And if you end up doing what you like, you will get fame, success, money, all that. All those things are also important. But having your head and heart in the place where you're working is very important. That's the whole takeaway of my professional journey to all of you. Lastly, a little bit more about me on the personal side. I come from Jaipur. Sorry, I'll just take a pause. Yeah, I'll reshare my screen.
Yeah, your screen is visible.
All right. It's visible, right? Yeah. I was talking about my interests. So apart from a professional career and everything, I think it's very important to have interests outside of work. And these are some of my interests. I'm from Jaipur. I keep traveling home. I like playing pickleball a lot. I like to dance. I'm fairly into fitness. I'm also fairly into meditation. I'm a huge Bollywood fan. And this is a picture of my family, which is the closest to my heart. I have two elder sisters and a cute nephew. And my parents stay in Jaipur. Sorry. Yeah. So that's about me. Now, as you would all be expecting that, this person has come from Cadbury, you would be expecting some sweetness out of the content that I share with you, right? So here is a bit about the a lot of brands that brand that Cadbury owns and hence is able to sell. I would like to make it more interactive. So I am sharing you four pictures. Just guess what product are these guys consuming. I'll pause for a minute. Hmm. Okay. Somebody saying Horlicks, somebody saying chocolates, sweets, okay. Milka, okay. Hot chocolate, okay. Okay, Bonvita, Eclairs, okay. Dairy milk, okay. I think I've got all the answers, but the second one I have still not got the answer. All right, I think I've got the answers to all the four questions. Okay. Uh, Shraddha, my screen is still upright. Uh, my screen is still upright.
Yeah.
All right, okay. So now time for, okay, thanks Aditya. So now time to give the answers. Yes, a lot of you guessed the answers right. First one, the person is consuming a chocolate, dairy milk. Second one is consuming Oreo. Third one is consuming Bonvita. And fourth one is consuming chocolates, the candy. Now you must be thinking, why is this guy talking about these brands only? The purpose of talking in this fashion is to tell you the categories in which Cadbury essentially owns and hence give you the definition of what a category means. So any FMCG firm deals into a certain category. For example, Pidilite deals into adhesives. HUL deals into a lot of categories: personal care, wealth, fairness, and everything. Mondelez deals in these four categories: chocolates, biscuits and bakes, malt flavored drinks and powdered beverages, and gums and candy. Now, within these categories, there are a lot of subcategories. So I'll start with the chocolates, which is our biggest category, if you have to ask me. Within chocolates also there are subsegments. There's a molded category, there's a count lines category, donor category. So these are all the brands which Cadbury owns, and these are the competitions which we consider in these respective subsegments. So this is essentially the landscaping of any market that happens. Now, here we are the clear market leaders. In biscuits, would you like to guess who would be our competitors? All right, in biscuits, we are definitely not the market leaders. While in chocolates, we hold a market share of 70%. We are the market leaders in the country. In biscuits, we are a follower. In biscuits, we have the Britannias and ITCs and Parleys of the world. Here we are at a lesser of a market share. But here the learning that I want to share with you is that in biscuits also there are a lot of subsegments. There's the cream biscuit, choco chip, chocolate chip biscuits, cookies biscuits in which the Parley operates. We as Oreo operate in the cream segment, and here our competition is Britannia and ITC. But here we are the leaders within the cream segment of biscuits. Oreo is the market leader. It's a fairly new brand. We launched this in 2011, and in just a young journey of 14 years, we've been able to establish a sub-segment within biscuits of cream biscuits, and we are the leaders in that. Right. Third is Bonvita. Here there are three sub-segments, core Bonvita, then there's a toddler segment in which all your Pediasure works, in which we have our Bonvita Little Champs. In the regular Bonvita, our competitor is Boost and Horlicks. And in the toddler, in the powdered beverages segment, we have our product just called as Tang. There our competitor is Rasna. Last is in candy. Here also we are not the market leaders. We are the followers. Here our competition is from Candyman, Milky Bar, Mentos, and Minto Fresh of the world. So the key summary of this entire snapshot for you guys is this is how typically an FMCG landscaping happens. There are categories, there are subcategories. Within subcategories, there are brands, and for each brand, there's a competing brand. That is how the entire landscaping happens. It can be any industry. It can be car industry. Car may you have all the SUV, sedans, electrical vehicles of the world. Similarly, for any industry that you would go into, even if it is fintech, even if it is edutech, there are subsegments to really look at the market in a more detailed and granular way and see where you can make a mark as an organization if you are wanting to start one of your own, or if you are working as an employee of an organization. So this is the landscaping of Cadbury. I hope you got some learning out of this. This was not just to tell you about the brands that we own, but to tell you how a market is essentially structured or being looked at from an FMCG PO. Right now, again, coming to a little bit something of Cadburyness. We are known for our ads, right? So every ad has a different kind of message that it wants to land with the audience. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll play some of the ads, couple of our ads, and what I want you to guess out of both the ads is what is the key message that you take from both these ads. Okay, I'll start with the first one. Shraddha, just confirm to me if the audio is relaying or not as I'm playing. Okay.
कृति हर फंक्शन में आप
Are you able to see the ad as I'm playing it?
No, no, we are not able to see it.
All right, let me share the screen on which the ad is being played. I think then you will be able to see. Okay. Yeah, I think now it's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
के इस अदा और ग्रेस के बारे में इतनी सारी बातें होती है, फिर चाहे वो आपका भूख लगी
पीनट्स और चॉकलेट से भरा कैडबरी फ्यूज, भूख को मनाओ, दबा के खाओ.
Right, so that was one ad. And now I'll play another one. I hope the voice was getting through in this. Hello.
Yeah, hello, tell me.
I hope the voice was flowing through as I was playing that.
Yeah. We can, it was audible easily. Like,
Got it. Now let me play the other one.
yeah.
कैट मुझे कॉल कैडबरी दे दो गॉड प्लीज गॉड प्लीज
Stop it.
प्लीज गॉड कैडबरी दे दो गॉड कैडबरी मिल गया मेरे लिए भी मांग लेता नेक्स्ट टाइम ओके
रैपर मैं फेंक दूं? कुछ अच्छा हो जाए, कुछ मीठा हो जाए। कैडबरी डेयरी मिल्क।
All right. So, for a moment, think of both the ads and put in the chat what you took away from each of the one. The first one was the Fuse one, and the other one was the Cadbury Dairy Milk one. Some quick responses would really help. Okay, one quick hint. So as I said in the previous slide, any ad talks about either functional benefits or emotional benefits. So out of the two ads, which one did you think was communicating functional and the other, which one was communicating the emotional benefits? Okay, are we getting anything on the chat? Okay, a lot of responses. Second, emotional marketing. Second is emotional. Okay, yeah, you all are right. Basically, the first one talks about the functional benefits. The second one talks about the emotional part of it, right? So any ad that you see going forward from now onwards, if you're into marketing or if you want to build a career into marketing, look at it from this lens. What is this ad trying to convey? Is it telling, for example, for a car, is it telling that इसका ABS ब्रेकिंग फंक्शनैलिटी इतना है, इसमें इतना इंजन है, इसमें ये एयर बैग्स का कैपेसिटी है, एटसेट्रा, या फिर ये बोल रहा है कि ये आपकी फैमिली की कार है, राइट? सो दीज आर टू very different kind of positioning for any kind of ad. So in the Fuse ad, you clearly see it's clearly saying कि आपको भूख लग रहा है तो you get a Fuse. Even an actress who is giving an interview, when she's feeling hungry, it's giving a strong message that anybody from children to age to from rich to poor, there should be no shame in having a Fuse if you're feeling hungry. So that's the proposition with which this brand works. Right now, it's in that stage of its product life cycle. For a dairy milk, it's fairly established. Everybody knows dairy milk. It's the highest penetrated chocolate in the entire Indian market. तो अभी हमको ये बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है कि डेयरी मिल्क खा के आपको टेस्टी लगेगा, वो सब हो गया है. Right now, the brand is in that journey of its life where we want to really attach it with some emotion, right? So that's why you see campaigns like कुछ अच्छा हो जाए, कुछ मीठा हो जाए. We just want to say, if there's anything good that's happening, you have Cadbury. खुश है जमाना आज पहली तारीख है. So like that was an attempt towards building occasions. Right now, our campaigns are, you would see all our campaigns, whether it is dairy milk or even if it is celebrations. Our campaigns are more towards equity, where we want to establish that Cadbury associates itself with any generosity kind of an act that is happening. And this is not just India, this is a brand language that you will see for dairy milk across the globe. So equity building, this is called as equity building for a brand, associating Cadbury with generosity, right? So that's a very small lesson that I wanted to give you. In the first slide, I told you how a typical landscaping of an FMCG world works. And even if you're an engineer, I think this understanding is required. And in this one, I wanted to tell you all that how typically ads or other marketing campaigns are designed, whether you want to focus on the functional benefits or you want to focus on the emotional benefits. And it all depends on which curve. There's a typical graph of a product life cycle in which a product, once it is initially it is built, then it stagnates, then it has to further be built. Accordingly, your ads have to talk that language, right? So behind those 15-second or 20-second or 1 minute ads or all of that, there's a story. So try and evaluate as students, as budding aspirational MBAs or marketeers. You should always have that view when you're watching ads, that what is this ad really trying to convey? So that will you'll have more and more understanding and sense around how these campaigns are designed by the big FMCG firms that there are, right? Likewise for the session, I know we started around 12:15. I'll try and wrap up by 1:15. So this was the introductory part of how I wanted to tell you sales and marketing. Further, I wanted to give you some taste on how these things work. Similarly, for this session, in terms of my knowledge that I impart to you, henceforth, I have divided this presentation into two parts, where one part I would focus on the functional knowledge that I would give to you, a very basic skill which I feel all of you should have, which is how to estimate the size of any market. आपको कोई भी प्रोडक्ट का सामने वाला बोलता है कि आपको मार्केट साइज क्या है, तो आपके you should have a calculator in your head, or a way or a template in your head through which you'll be able to justify or find the market size of that particular product. It's a very important life skill, which will help you not only in interviews but even otherwise in life also, if you're reading news, right? So it's important to have that perspective कि Ola है, Uber है, this entire Rapido is also there. तो ये market कितने का है? Biscuits है, वो how much is the market size of, क्या grow कर रहा है? That way you are able to have a, wherever you talk numbers, guys, that's my learning. I'll keep on throwing my learnings to you as I go along even the functional part. So just keep noting down or wherever, just take cognizance of these things. Are very important things. So even in interviews and even otherwise, wherever you're throwing numbers, guys, there's a lot of weight that you bring into the room, because everybody has a view. But somebody saying, "Acha, e-com acha hai, okay, modern also," but then you come and say, "Okay, no, Indian retail sector is $500 billion, out of which e-commerce is only 5% till now." Everybody in the room will either have to check their facts or they will be silent for a moment. That is where I always say that you should have views, but your views should be backed by numbers. And which is where estimating the size. So basically, you should think that ways. आप कोई भी news पढ़ रहे हो, you try to relate. Okay, this, for example, for the car industry, Maruti Suzuki is some 10,000 crores, but then you think, okay, overall car industry is 50,000 crores, so Maruti Suzuki has a market share of 25% or 20%. So likely you should always have that evaluative, calculative mind with you. Especially, it's really helpful in the journey of a management professional. So that's point number one. I'll tell you how to estimate the size of a market. I'll give you a template. It's not like a classroom thing, but a general life skill which I feel all of us should have. That's number one. Second is some key metrics of FMCG trade. How are sales being looked at? And see, ऐसा नहीं होता है कि आप दुकान में जाके माल बेच दिया, निकल गया, अच्छा आ गया, if it sells off, then it's a good product. There are a lot of building blocks for a product to become successful in its life cycle. Execution होता है, brand pull एक चीज होता है, how good you are pushing the market, how good are relationships with the distributors and your vendors. All of that, when it comes together, is when an organization becomes successful or not. Okay, so I'll tell you of some metrics to look at, evaluate a typical FMCG trade, and then if you happen to make a career in FMCG, you at least have a head start that these are the four things which are being looked at, and you can apply them otherwise as well. It's not just specific to FMCG. So that's the functional part of what I want to quickly tell you all about. Then in the end, very briefly, I'll talk you about some my key lessons and learnings apart from what I would have already told you so far in the session, right? And lastly, one on the emotional bit only. We are all first in our heads, a lot of priorities, a lot of stress, a lot of things to do in life. So how to really take charge of our mind and becomes the person that we want to be, right? So that's how I would segue into my informatory part of the session. First is the interesting one, estimating a market. So guys, before looking at the right blurb, I would want you to look at this pie chart, which is called as PAM, TAM, SAM, and SOM. PAM is potential addressable market, TAM is total addressable market, SAM is serviceable available market, and SOM is serviceable or obtainable market or the share of market. So think of it, all of these circles as depicted into the picture. PAM is basically the max universe of what a market size can be. unconstrained, think unconstrained, and then you will get, okay, this is possibly the $1 billion sitting for me to go and grasp. Then TAM is basically, okay, but there are some assumptions, there's some limitations to my assumptions in the first part, and realistically the total addressable market is a certain percentage of that. I will take you through this through an example. Third is serviceable available market. So as a new organization or as a new brand, you would not have the capability, especially in India, which is such a vast country, that you would not have the capability to go to the entire market all at once or in all the channels all at once. You would start slow. Maybe you'll start with a DMart first. Maybe you'll start with a Blinkit first. Maybe you'll start with the Rajasthan first. And then once you have done well over there, is where is then when you scale up. And last part is the SOM, which is the serviceable or the obtainable market. So let's say if you're planning to start with only Rajasthan retail, so let's say you are trying to make a business of cycles. So Rajasthan में already cycles बिकते हैं, right? So at from the beginning itself, you won't be able to gain the entire market of cycles in Rajasthan. You would want to start, or you can possibly start with a certain market share to begin with. So that is called as your obtainable market share, right? So I'll explain that through a numerical example. As I said in the first slide, you should always have a numeric bend to all the things that you're approaching, right? So I'll quickly give you a guesstimate, and it's a typical question which also comes in even in my engineering college. I used to get such questions, random questions like imagine a Boeing 747, make some estimates and tell me how many tennis balls will fit into that Boeing 747. This question might seem funny to you, but what the interviewer is trying to understand from your bend of mind is how quickly you can make some assumptions and arrive at a number which is maybe not exactly correct, but is it even ballpark in that range? That is where I call it a life skill, guys. Always have a numeric bend to how you view things, right? Okay, so first, the question here is, how, if I have to tell you as a new organization, you have to estimate what is the size of chocolate market in India. How will you do that? And then what will be your PAM, TAM, SAM and SOM for that? ओके, सो इसका एक सिंपल सा वे ऑफ वर्किंग मैं आपको बताता हूँ क्या है. एक पैम में मैंने क्या बोला, इट हैज टू बी अनकंस्ट्रेन्ड. कि मान लो इस देश के सारे 150 करोड़ लोग जो हैं, लेट्स से वो 10 रुपए की चॉकलेट खाते हैं, 12 महीने में खाते हैं, 12 महीने में पर महीने 2 बार खाते हैं. ठीक है, तो बेसिकली 150 crore rupees, 150 crore people are consuming 10 rupees of chocolate, that is 1500. अब now they are consuming it 24 times in a year, यानी कि 12 months into 2 times, so 1500 into 24, that is 36,000 crores. ये हमने बहुत ही एक बेसिक मैथ करा है कि अभी मान लो हम सिर्फ 10 रुपए की चॉकलेट बेचेंगे, एंड देन दिस इज पोटेंशियली द एकदम अनकंस्ट्रेन्ड मार्केट ऑफ ₹10 चॉकलेट इन इंडिया. ठीक है, अब फिर टाइम कोई आपको आप रिसर्च करोगे, आपको कोई बताएगा कि इंडिया में 50% पीपल तो वोंट इवन टच चॉकलेट. You will do your research. People will eat mithai only. People don't have the. People think it's a premium choice. We want to get the basic food first, and then we would want to indulge in an impulse product. So that way, your TAM essentially becomes 18,000 crores, which is 50% of the PAM. Now you think, okay, I'll start with one state. As I was saying, let's say you start with Punjab. So what you do is you divide 18,000 crore by 28. Of course, some state is small, some state is big. So there's an over indexation that happens. So let's say Punjab is fairly ahead of the average. So you put a factor of 1.1. तो उससे आपका पंजाब का मार्केट आ गया 1400 करोड़ का. अब उसमें, as I said, you won't be able to tap the entire Punjab ₹10 chocolate market from day one. तो आप कहोगे कि okay, मैं in the first year I would want to tap because I would start from Punjab. I would have my distribution wherewithal. I know people over there. I would be able to distribute products more quickly. I will get more discounts. So you will be able to get a 25% share in the first year in Punjab. So hence your SOM, or the serviceable obtainable market, is 25% of 1400 crores, which is actually it will be 350 crores. 25% of 1400. Ignore the type. So that is how you estimate a market, guys. PAM, TAM, SAM, SOM. ये बहुत ही fairly, how do I say, universally understood terms हैं. And even as an engineer, budding engineer, ये concept आपको पता होना चाहिए. This is a very important thing, which I think You should have this in your head whenever you're looking at market news or anything. Even in your studies, you should have this bent of mind of doing a quick calculation of numbers. Okay, so that's first thing on in terms of the functional knowledge that I wanted to impart to you all. This is fairly generic, चाहे BBA हो MBA हो, ये आपको अच्छे से ये bend of mind आप में होना चाहिए. Second is quickly, since I am from the retail channel, I am from the trade marketing channel, I just want to quickly tell you how different categorized in an FMCG space, right? So there's a grocery store which typically sells loose grain products. It also sells branded packaged FMCG. Then there's a general store which does not sell grocery but only sells packaged products. Then there's a chemist store which typically sells drugs and medicines, but occasionally adds chocolates or other FMCG products also. He might sell a shampoo. He might definitely sell a dairy milk, but he might not sell a surf excel. Okay, then there's a cosmetic store. Again, they will largely sell cosmetic stores, but then they would also keep a countertop visible of Cadbury, and because Cadbury is typically a chocolate that impulse category, and hence anybody who is like when they are making the payment, they think, okay, I'll take a 50 rupees chocolate for my kid or for my girlfriend or whatever. And thus cosmetics is also an applicable RE, retail environment is how we call it, for the chocolate industry. Then pan store, you all know the pan 30s. Then food stores, these are typically your bakery stores which only sell food products. They won't sell anything else. So a typical example of this is your bakery shops. Last is modern trade, which is, as I said, Reliance, DMart, and of course the new entrant here is e-commerce. So this is how you look at the retail sector. A lot of it is intuitive, but again, as an MBA, the takeaway from me here is that wherever you go, whichever field you go, there's a typical structure to how things are happening. Even if you are in in an automobile sector, there's a structure. Even if you are in a cars 24, there's a structure कि इतना B2B sales है, इतना B2C है. Within B2B, these are large retailers, these are small retailers, and so on and so forth. So wherever you are, even going for an interview or doing any case study, try and make structure. Okay, this is at a lot of times the structure might be very intuitive, but that's okay. You need not be exactly to the book, but there needs to be a thought behind how you are solving any problem. Okay, so that's the second piece on types of outlets in the Indian retail sector. You don't need to like really memorize this is very intuitive, but the takeaway is that sub classify, as I was telling in the initial slide. Also within chocolates also we have got 4 or 5 sub segments. Within each sub segment we have brands. For each brand we have a competitor. That is how you look at market. For example, Cadbury, we are very particular about the market share that we hold. Our market share is around 70%. Even if we lose a decimal of that, 69.9 bhi agar hoga, so we would be worried. We would want to know who we have lost this market share to. Then we would look at our own data. Okay, Fuse is losing market share. Who is Fuse's competitor? It is Snickers. Okay, has Snickers gained share? No, Snickers has also not gained share. Then probably the sub-segment of count of this hunger related chocolates, that in itself is degrowing. Then who have we lost the market share to? Then we will look at the tablet section. There we see, okay, has Kit Kat gained? Okay, Kit Kat has gained. So then our understanding is molded segment is growing, led by Kit Kat. That is where we need to power our molded chocolate, which is Silk and Dairy Milk, even further to gain back our share, and probably look at the satiation or hunger segment in a different way. So that is where reclassifying and having a detailed granular view of things really helps you solve problems. Yeah. Now, last bit in terms of the functional knowledge that I want to impart to you all is key metrics of FMCG trade, guys. So there are 4 different ways of how you can look at an FMCG trade. कि मतलब in simpler words अगर मैं आपको बोलूं कि मतलब धंधा सही हो रहा है कि नहीं, तो उसको इवेल्युएट करने के लिए ये 4 ब्रॉड बकेट्स हैं. ठीक है. So first is absolute measure, right? This is very important. Offtake, value, volume और market share. Market share simple क्या है? अगर मान लो मैं बिस्किट्स बिजनेस में हूँ तो मेरा ओरियो का मार्केट शेयर अगर कोई मुझसे पूछेगा तो बेसिकली द सेल्स दैट ओरियो इज डूइंग डिवाइडेड बाय द टोटल सेल्स फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर कैटेगरी व्हिच इज बिस्किट्स. ठीक है. सो लेट्स से बिस्किट्स इज 50,000 crores काइंड ऑफ अ मार्केट in India. Roughly it's in that range. And Oreo let's say we sell 2000 crores of Oreo. So then our market share is 2000 divided by 50,000, right? Which is 1 by 25, which is 0.4% market share. ठीक है. So that's a, अब कोई बोल सकता है कि then I was telling you Oreo is the leader in the cream segment. How did I say that? I said that because Oreo we do 2000 crore and cream segment in India is 10,000 crores only. तो 10,000 करोड़ में 2,000 करोड़ 20% हो गया, और उतना बड़ा हमारे जितना क्रीम सेगमेंट में कोई है नहीं. So that is how you look at market share. And offtake में my learning to you all is anything. अगर आपको एक क्वेश्चन कोई पूछता है कि हाउ डू आई ग्रो अ कैटेगरी, हाउ डू आई ग्रो अ प्रोडक्ट, एनीथिंग इज एन आउटकम ऑफ टू नंबर्स, नंबर ऑफ पीसेस बीइंग सोल्ड एंड वैल्यू पर पीस. ठीक है, इट्स इन दोनों का मल्टीप्लाई करोगे, दैट इज व्हाट योर फाइनल वैल्यू और वॉल्यूम इज. नाउ आप कैसे सेल बढ़ा सकते हो? या तो आप इफ ईदर यू विल इंक्रीज द नंबर ऑफ पीसेस बीइंग सोल्ड or you will increase the value per piece, value of the one piece being sold. For example, Oreo मान लो हम साल में 1 करोड़ पीस ऑफ ओरियो बेचते हैं, 1 करोड़ पीस ऑफ ओरियो, एंड एवरेज छोटा बड़ा 5 रुपए का, 10 रुपए का, 20 रुपए का ओरियो मिला के एवरेज टिकट साइज ऑफ ओरियो इज 20 रुपीज. तो 1 करोड़ पीसेज ऑफ ओरियो into 20 rupees per piece average value being sold. So 20 into 1 crores. So 20 crore will be the effective sale value of Oreo. This is just a theoretical number, not a real number. So and this understanding, while again I'm saying these might be very intuitive things, but have the structure in your mind. Whenever you are being asked a growth question, think in this fashion: number of pieces, value per piece. That is where the solution is. या तो आपके ट्रांजैक्शंस घट रहे हैं, आपकी सेल के काउंट बढ़ रहा है, घट रहा है, या फिर आप अपने प्रोडक्ट की वैल्यू जो एमआरपी है, यू आर नॉट कीपिंग इट इन लाइन विद द इंडस्ट्री बेंचमार्क. इट कैन ऑल्सो हैपन कि आपके सारे कॉम्पिटिटर्स 10 रुपए की चॉकलेट को 20 रुपए में बेचने लग गए, आप 10 रुपए में बेचते रह गए, तो उनका वैल्यू बढ़ गया ना, देन दे विल बी एबल टू गेन शेयर. So all of this benchmarking happens in organization levels. How much a competitor is selling their product for? What kind of gross margin will we make if we also increase our price? Will we lose market share? Will our transactions go down? This also happens. अगर आप एकदम से overnight डेयरी मिल्क 10 रुपए को 20 रुपए का कर दोगे, तो लोग आधे लोग खरीदना बंद कर देंगे. So that is where all the studies and analysis comes in, and then organizations take such calls. So that's on the first point, which is absolute measures. Second is distribution measures. This is another way to look at things. Okay, sale घट रहा है, मान लो theoretically, क्यों घट रहा है? Are we not going to the correct stores? Are we not going to the right number of stores? That is where another evaluation comes in. Distribution measures. Is the distribution happening properly or not? Third is consumer measures. Let's say distribution भी सही हो रहा है, सब कुछ सही है, but हमारा market share गिर रहा है. क्यों? It could be possibly that मैं सब जगह जा रहा हूँ, but people are not picking my product. They are picking my competitor over me, which is called a share among handlers or a per dealer offtake, which is where the brand pull comes in. We need to understand that every company works its marketing in two ways. There's a push strategy, there's a pull strategy. In push, what you do is you help the stores with good amount of stocks at the retailer's end. In terms of the pull strategy, what you do is you run good ads, you run good campaigns, your product quality has to be good. In case of an automobile industry, your service levels have to be good for people to really prefer your brand. That is where marketing comes into the picture, guys. The pull is created by the brand power, right? अभी मेरे को जाके किसी को उतना कन्विंस करने की जरूरत नहीं है कि आप डेयरी मिल्क खरीदो, because the brand is established and there are people who are working day in day out to keep the brand ethos live into the market, and that is where an equity film comes in, as I said in the beginning, right? So that's the consumer measures, right? And the fourth measure is execution piece. Okay, we are going to the right number of outlets, our brand pull is also good, everything is good, still we are losing. ऐसा हो सकता है कि आप दुकानों पे तो जा रहे हो, but you are not stocking them properly. There is out of stock which is happening. By the time you go and take the next order, your outlet is already stocked out, right? So that is on the sales team. Here, sales team के control में these two things are there: distribution measures and execution measures. Are you going to the right number of outlets? Are you putting the right amount of stock in each of those outlets? As I said in the beginning, in the previous slide, anything is a multiplication of 2. Number of pieces, value per piece. Here in this example is number of outlets, value per outlet. Right. So this is how you can essentially evaluate your FMCG trade. कि मैं as a sales head or even as a marketing head, sales and marketing go hand in hand in FMCG organization, and I've done roles on both sides. So hence I'm saying these things go hand in hand. And as a sales head or a marketing head or even a CEO, these are the questions that you would ask your team. Right? Where are the gaps? And this is how organizations are built. And guys, you might hear a lot of technology, AI coming into the fray, and it's good to learn all of that. It's very important to keep yourself abreast of all the new things that are coming in. But these basics will never go away. If even for an AI chatbot, you will need to understand these metrics to take these calls. Strategy to आपको ही बनाना पड़ेगा. Even if the strategy, even if the AI model is so smart that even if it is giving you the strategy, somebody down their line has to really understand what this chatbot is telling me. Is it making sense or not? And hence your basics or fundamentals need to be fairly clear on these pieces, right? I can see a raise of hand. Can you type out your query? All right, I'll go back to my presentation. I think we can take the queries in the end. Shraddha, can you just confirm if my screen is showing the slide where I talk about
The screen is showing the slides.
the market share side? Is it being up?
Yeah, the market share is there.
Perfect.
Slide
Okay.
of market share.
Got it. Right. So market share, I've already told you. How is market share being looked at? It is the sale of your product divided by the total sales of the category or the segment. And market share is a funny word, guys. Somebody can come and say, I'm the leader I'm the leading market share. As every brand goes and in their ads, they say we are the number one. And then there's a star at the bottom, and then there's the fine print. How are they the leader? They must be leader in a particular sub-segment or in the category. So hence, the context of a market share, the perspective of how a market share is being looked at is very important. And when we say somebody is gaining market share, it basically means आज आपका market share कितना है? Let's say आज आपका market share 10% है. Last year same duration में आपका market share 11% था. Hence, which means that your market share is going down by 1%. Either your competitors are doing better than you, or your own sales are plummeting. Right. So basically, in the next slide, what I want to do is in all these 4 boxes, I will pick one of the key metrics and tell you a little slightly bit more in detail about them so that your understanding is slightly more developed. Right? This is typically something that you might get to understand in your classroom courses as well. However, I'll just quickly take 2 minutes to drive some points around these things and just try to understand the concept and also the takeaway that I'm telling you out of that concept. It's not the intent is not so much to tell you about the matrix and the definition of it, but the takeaway, right? Market share, told here the takeaway is that market share should be viewed very cautiously. In what context is the market share being quoted? That's about market share. Second is about the distribution. As I said, there are 4 levers. There is absolute measure, distribution measures, consumer measure, and execution measure. In distribution measure, one measure is called as a weighted distribution. So it's an important one, guys. So in weighted distribution basically means how many outlets is your product available in divided by the size of category in those outlets, right? So it might so happen that you are only going to few outlets, 3 outlets out of 10, but the amount of relevant sales happening out of those outlets is very high. So then your weighted distribution won't be 30%. It will be a lot higher than that. I will tell you through this example so that is clear to you. And the point over here is that it's just distribution is not important. Important is doing the right distribution. जहाँ पे आपकी कैटेगरी का सेल हो रहा है. For example, I come from Jaipur. I'll just quote an example from there only. There's an area called as C Scheme. There's an area called as Nagar, which are extremely plush areas, right? The ticket size over there would be really good. So even if you don't have an outlet in the outskirts of the city, you need to have an outlet and presence in these areas, because that is where even one outlet can give you a sale which is equivalent to 10 outlets of an outskirt area. Right. So hence that is what weighted distribution basically means. In this example, if you see, product X is going to 3 outlets out of 4, shop A, B, and C. It's not there in D. Right. But if so hence you will say कि its distribution is 3 out of 4, which is 75%. But अगर मैं आपको बोलूं, is it going to the right set of outlet? That is where weighted distribution is. So the category sale for these 3 outlets is what? 50, 5 plus 40 plus 5, which is 50. And the category sale for all 4 outlets put together is what? It is 100. 5 plus 40 plus 5 plus 50. So you're going to 3 outlets, but you're still able to tap onto only 50% of the total market, because the critical shop, which is shop D, वहां तो आप गए ही नहीं. Okay, so that is one key takeaway, guys, that distribution needs to happen mindfully. सिर्फ आंख बंद करके माल नहीं डालना होता है. ठीक है. Third is share among handlers. This is fairly intuitive. Out of the outlets where you are present, what is your share? And this is a typical metric for a brand pull, whether my brand has the pull or not that my competitors are having. In this example, if you see, brand one is constantly having a high brand pull. This is the sales on quarter level. Brand 2 over the quarters has increased its sale from 12, 13 to now is in the range of 16, 17, and brand 3 is going down. So assuming everything else is remaining the same, the distribution is good, there's no out of stock that is happening, then uske baad, agar if your sales are plummeting, that basically means that your ads are not working, or your product is not good, or your service levels are not good, and hence some restructuring is required. So that is the consumer pull. And last is the execution pull. As I said, आप सब कुछ सही कर रहे हो, आपका brand pull भी है, but you are not putting the right amount of stock into the outlets, then again you will lose share despite of everything being in place. So these are the kind of thinkings that a CEO puts into the scheme of things, and that is how decisions are being taken. That अगर मेरा out of stock ज़्यादा हो रहा है तो क्या कर सकते हैं? So what we can do is we can segregate the outlets into different types. And जो outlets में ज़्यादा out of stock हो रहा है, probably we can go and serve them twice a week or maybe twice a day in a quick commerce for that matter. And hence you're able to gain back that share that you deserve. Right? So that's on the functional side of all the knowledge that I wanted to impart to you from an FMCG standpoint. And as I said, it's applicable across industries, not an FMCG thing only. In fact, as a matter of fact, you would have observed that I'm taking a lot of example from the service industry or the automobile industry as well. Just want to give you that context that these are fairly universally applicable concepts, and these are very basic concepts, guys. Maybe intuitive also, but these frameworks, these thoughts, if you have in your head as you're evaluating business cases or going for interviews, that really helps you structure your answers and even yourself to think that, okay, whatever I thought made sense than my peers, right? So I'll pause for a minute if there are any queries on these functional bits, though I can wait. Otherwise, I'll move to the last part, which is the emotional part of my learnings that I want to impart to all.
Mr. Pravesh, we can keep the questions at the end.
Okay. Is my screen still up?
Yeah, we can see your screen, and we'll keep the questions for the end.
All right. Last part, my key lessons of my so far journey in NIIT, XLRI, and Mondelez and ICICI. First is zoom out, guys. Always read the headlines first for any chapter that you're reading. If you're studying a chapter or an article or a case study or anything, read the subheadings and then go for the details. It took me a lot of time to realize. I've been a studious kid and all whole my life, and there was one peculiar mistake that I used to do was I used to, out of my own desire to really be sincere and somebody who would want to know details, I would really start going to the details at the beginning, and then while it can be managed at a certain level, but when your purview of knowledge that you have to absorb for yourself becomes bigger, it becomes practically very impossible of sorts to like know everything and to the fine minutest details that you would want to have. So I always look at the summary first. What is it that this chapter is trying to tell me? सेमीकंडक्टर है, सेमीकंडक्टर में डायोड्स के बारे में बात कर रहा है, पीएनपी जंक्शन के बारे में बात कर रहा है क्या? व्हाट इज द टेक अवे ऑफ दिस चैप्टर? व्हाट इज दिस पर्सन ब्रॉडली एट द बिगिनिंग ऑफ एवरी चैप्टर? देयर इज अ प्रीफेस, देयर इज अ कॉन्टेक्स्ट, यू रीड दैट, थोड़ा ऊपर से समझने का कोशिश करो, फिर आप उसके अंदर जाओ. उससे क्या होगा, आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग जो होगी ना वो क्विकर होगी. कुछ इग्नोरेबल पोर्शंस भी होंगे ना, आपको लगेगा ये तो रैंडम रेपिटेशन है. यू विल बी एबल टू अवॉइड दैट, यू विल बी एबल टू डू थिंग्स क्विकर, एंड आपका जो ग्रास्प और होल्ड होगा ऑन द ओवरऑल फंडा दैट, सी अल्टीमेटली इन स्कूल वी वर जज्ड ऑन आवर मेमोरी स्किल्स, और जो भी हम याद कर पा रहे हैं उसको रेप्लिकेट कर पा रहे हैं, बट इन रियल लाइफ इट्स मोर अबाउट अप्लाइंग थिंग्स, right? So you will be able to apply things more if you understand things at a conceptual level, which is where zooming out is very important. Even in job, आपको लग रहा है कि आपका नहीं रिजल्ट्स आ रहे, you zoom out a bit, look at your own patterns, make some fundamental structural changes, and then zoom in. So that's point number one. Second is planning. Guys, don't procrastinate. We say that happiness is lost in all the work that you're avoiding. So plan things well. As much as you plan things well, your execution will become more and more seamless, right? It's for applicable even if you're planning vacations. You will be missing some spots here and there if you don't plan your vacation. That's how I think. There might be some people who like to go spontaneous and they're happy with it. But my learning is that I am somebody who wants maximum ROI. If I'm going to a Manali or a Leh, I would really want to cover all the points. And if I'm going to Switzerland, मतलब if you're going so far, you don't want to miss an Interlaken or a rainfall, right? But you reached there at 5:30, it closed at 5. Now you can't come back that day to that place the next day because next year you're headed to Lucerne, right? So plan things really well. Do your research, और research वगैरह ये सब plan करके do things a month in advance, 2 months in advance. कहीं ना कहीं जाके ये आपको बहुत हेल्प करेगा. इफ अगर आपने वीजा के लिए अप्लाई करना है, अब आपको जाना है 1 महीने बाद, अभी आपको डेट्स ही नहीं मिल रही हैं, क्या कर लोगे? Planning is really really important. ठीक है, and it help also relieves you of the stress which otherwise unnecessarily comes to, and then you end up thinking like, oh, I am so stressed, why life is so unfair and all of that. Yes, life can be unfair, but you also can do a lot from your side to make things smoother for you, right? That's point number two. Third is get into details, guys. As I said, try and make a structure around everything and see in smaller parts what is the problem. Out of 4 things, 3 might be doing well, one is where there will be problem. That is how organizations fail or succeed. तो कभी भी ऊपर ऊपर बात मीटिंग्स में बहुत लोग करते हैं, but so dedicate some D&D hours in your teams as you work as a professional and go into the data, see, think, and you will realize that devil lies into the details. Then as I said, आपके पास अगर numbers हैं, आप clear हो अपने दिमाग में, तो you will be able to own the room. You will be able to make better decisions and you will get prosperity and all the promotions that you want. Get your hands dirty. Don't think कि ऊपर ऊपर से करके it can only take you so much far. But if you get your hands dirty, you do things yourself rather than delegating it all the times. I'm not saying delegating is bad, but even while delegating, you should not shy away from evaluating things yourself. है ना, मतलब कि ये मैं क्यों करूँ, मेरा काम नहीं है वगैरह. ठीक है, रोल सेग्रीगेशन इज इम्पोर्टेंट, but for the sake of business, wherever you feel your goals are getting hampered, don't mind in getting your hands dirty. Last is a very recent lesson that I've learned. See, I've been a hard worker all my life, right? I can see Monu being a little okay. I'll quickly take a couple of more minutes. This is just the second last slide. Just hard work is sometimes not enough. After a point in big organizations, after you've succeeded fairly well, um, hard work becomes a baseline. Everybody's working hard. What will take you ahead, right? So we need to work on soft skills, like how we are projecting ourselves to the upper management, how are we talking to the seniors, and all of those things, right? So this is my key lessons, and you can take them in education or even in your professional career. Last bit, one last lesson, a very important one, I feel, is there's only one takeaway from this, and I'll come on that. But before that, I'll ask a few questions. What do you think is important for us to succeed in life? I've written some of these things which I feel are important to become eventually successful: domain knowledge, focus, clarity of mind, teamwork. Anything else that you feel that makes you happy or successful, you can type out in the chat box.
Students, the chat is open, so you can write down.
All right. Yeah. So here my message to everyone is, while domain knowledge is important, to go higher up the ladder, you need soft skills, guys. How you're projecting yourselves, how you're talking in the meeting, how you're putting forth your point, etc., how your thoughts are structured. And there's a study by Harvard which says that soft skills eventually play much more role than domain knowledge for people to become fairly successful. And where are these soft skills sitting? They are sitting in your head, right? There are some people who are very calm always. There are some people who are always laughing. There are some people who are always stressed because their mind works in a certain way. Nobody's built a certain way, right? So then how to have a grasp on your mind? If you mind has its own patterns. If you tell your mind to not think of a monkey wearing a red short, your mind will think of that only. So if you persist, your mind will resist. We hold on to negatives. If you go to a party, everybody is complimenting you, and then one person who comes and tells, "Oh, hey, your nose is a little awry." आप घर पे जाके अपनी नाक ही देखोगे सबसे पहले. And then we always keep on hopping on between past and future. We never are in the present. How to control mind, right? The secret is right below your nose. And I'll tell you how. Think of the times when last you were happy, or you were normal, or you were fearful, or you were angry. Your breath was a certain pattern, right? If you saw a snake crossing down the road and you were like very afraid, you would have gasped a little, and then you would have then breathe slowly. So the point here is that your emotion determines your breath patterns, and the reverse is also true. Your breath patterns can also determine your emotions. There's enough amount of study done on that, which is where, guys, please meditate. If you breathe properly, you will be able to have a lot of control on your emotions, your state of mind. You will be able to zoom out, as I said, look at all your own patterns and emerge into a person who has more control over emotions and is able to manage or sort his or her life even better. Yeah, so that's the last lesson from me. I think I finished in about an hour. That's all from my side. I know, as I said, I'm sitting between you and lunch, so I mean, I'm open to questions if there are any, but that's all I had from my side.
Dear students, if you have any kind of questions, you can write down in the chat. Chat is open.
Yeah, I can see a lot of you have written that domain knowledge is important, consistency is important, consistency is the key to success. So here, I think my takeaway to all of you was that to all have control on these emotional things, you need to really be able to have a grasp on your mind patterns, and that is where meditation really has helped me. And I would strongly recommend you all to also start in some way or the other, meditate, focus for a moment, 15 minutes, take a step back, and focus on your breath. All right, I'm getting a lot of thumbs up.
Yeah,
I think
actually,
yeah, go on.
you have one question from Miss Pallavi. How to stay focused and consistent to your work or goal?
Yeah, so I think I've given answers to this question during my presentation. Like you need to have a structured work, you need to have a schedule of how you approach your day, you need to have your goals clear in your head, and also at the same time you need to have some hobbies or some interests which are outside of your goals, which keep you energized all the time. And also at the same time you need to meditate. So doing all these things puts you in a positive frame of mind, and then you yourself get the answer to these questions. Okay, why am I not being able to stay focused? Probably I'm distracted throughout the day, probably I'm using Instagram a lot, probably I am in a wrong relationship, or probably my work atmosphere isn't very conducive to my growth. So that way you will get, when you have a stable head, is when you yourself will get answers to these questions. But for you to have a stable head, you need to stick to the basics. Is how I would answer this question. Yeah, I think I have to train the mind. I think there are a lot of meditation courses available. Please look up the internet. I'm myself a meditation volunteer. You can even reach out to me on LinkedIn. I can help you with relevant courses happening around your area, and we can take you through this, right? But other than that, keep your basics right. Have a clear head, clear priorities, work on yourself. I strongly believe that the biggest project that you will ever work on is you, and that never stops. So keep working on yourself, keep observing and noting down your own की वर्क ट्रैक्स फॉर द ईयर. साल का एक प्लान बनाया करो कि इस साल में ये चीजें सीखूंगा, ये चीजों पे काम करूंगा, एंड एट द एंड ऑफ द ईयर यू थिंक हैव आई वर्कड ऑन दोस थिंग्स और नॉट, एंड कीप योर लिस्ट वेरी लिमिटेड. डोंट मेक अ 50 पॉइंट्स एंड कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा. आई ग्रेजुएटेड इन 2019 from MBA, and I from engineering I graduated in 2015. Yeah, I think all the questions are in the similar direction. I think I've answered
You
them.
have answered all the questions. Actually, your slides have covered everything from technical skills to soft skills, everything that is required to survive in this market.
Yeah.
So it was a very good session. And thank you so much for such an enlightening session. On behalf of the entire WCTM family, I express my heartfelt gratitude to you for delivering such an insightful session on lessons from FMCG and retail for life and career. Your journey from IIT Roorkee to XLRI, from insurance to FMCG, and now leading a e-commerce revenue management in Mondelez has truly inspired us all. The practical lessons you shared from the world of sales, retail, strategy will definitely stay with us and guide us not only in our careers but will also help us in our personal growth. We are also especially thankful to you for the way you connected the real world FMCG challenges to life skills, giving our students the perspectives that will help them to grow professionally. Thank you once again for your precious time. You took out time from your precious schedule and guided our students. Thank you so much, and we look forward for many more sessions with you in future as well.
Do let me know if the people have any question even after the session, or any feedback. I'll definitely work on that, and we can meet again next time around.
Yeah, sure.
Wishing everyone a very best of luck for your careers. May you all bloom into very really good careers, either as entrepreneurs or as professionals. Anything that you want to do with a lot of conviction and a good heart. Yeah. Best of luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for connecting.
Thanks, Shraddha, for inviting me. Having
Yeah.
me. It's great.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Dear students, see, our next speaker will come at 2:15, right? So we'll be having a lunch break till now. So I would request you all to please do not leave the Zoom meet. We'll reconnect at 2:15, and जो लास्ट स्पीकर हमारे पास आज है, ही विल बी स्पीकिंग ऑन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन एंड पर्सनल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है हमारे लिए. अभी हमने बहुत सारे सेशंस लिए हैं, जहाँ पे हर बार जितने भी सेशंस अभी तक हुए सब में यही आता है कि यू हैव टू फोकस ऑन योर सॉफ्ट स्किल्स। तो यहाँ पे जब हम ये लास्ट वाला सेशन होगा, यहाँ पे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड पर्सनल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन दोनों पे हम बात करेंगे। तो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट सेशन है। ही इज अ इंटरनेशनल स्पीकर, ही हैज वास्ट एक्सपीरियंस, तो ये बहुत अच्छे से आपको एक्सप्लेन कर पाएंगे, राइट। एंड स्टूडेंट्स, आपसे ये रिक्वेस्ट है कि जितने भी सेशंस हम करा रहे हैं इनको आप सीरियसली, आवाज आ रही है सर? 2:15 गाइस, हमारा सेशन जो है 2:20 पे आप लोग लॉग इन कर सकते हैं, राइट? 2:20 पे। एंड ये जो स्पीकर्स आ रहे हैं ना गाइस, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, आपको ये गाइड कर रहे हैं, उनका जो एक्सपीरियंस है उससे आपके साथ वो अपने सेशंस, आपके जो एक्सपीरियंसेस है उनसे आपके साथ वो लेसन्स शेयर कर रहे हैं जो आपके लिए, क्योंकि आप करियर अपना स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं। आप अभी स्टूडेंट्स थे, स्कूल्स में थे, आप स्कूल से आप कॉलेज लाइफ में आ रहे हैं। तो जो इनके जो लेसन है, इन्होंने 15 ईयर्स 20 ईयर्स एक्सपीरियंस है, जो उन्होंने लाइफ लेसन लर्न किए, तो वो आपको अभी समझा रहे हैं, आपको बता रहे हैं, जिससे आप वो सब गलती ना करें जो उन्होंने की है। तो आप अपनी लाइफ को और इजीली सेट कर सकते हो उनके एक्सपीरियंसेस से। तो ये स्पीकर्स आप सुने, इनको बहुत अच्छे से आप इनको समझे, उनसे जो उन्होंने लेसन दिए उसको ग्रास्प करने की कोशिश करें और अपनी लाइफ को अच्छे से एक्सेल करें, राइट। और ये जो सेशन है अभी हम इसको ऑनलाइन ले रहे हैं। व्हेन यू विल कम टू द कैंपस वी विल हैव दीस काइंड्स ऑफ सेशन इन ऑफलाइन मोड। बहुत अच्छे से हम सेशंस कराते हैं ऑफलाइन मोड पे, आपके बहुत सारे सेशंस होंगे, स्पीकर्स होंगे, इंडस्ट्रियल विजिट्स होगी, तो आपको और भी बहुत कुछ लर्न करने को मिलेगा। बट अभी के लिए जो आपके लिए स्पीकर्स है, इनसे जो भी आप सीख सकते हो, जो पॉजिटिव चीजें आप ले सकते हो, आप उनसे लेने की कोशिश करो। फिर जब आप 15 को आएंगे देन वील इंटरेक्ट विद यू। हमारे यहाँ पे ऑफलाइन ओरिएंटेशन प्रोग्राम रहेगा 15 को, जहाँ पे आइस ब्रेकर एक्टिविटीज होगी, गेम्स होंगे, रिफ्रेशमेंट होंगे। आप अपने फ्रेंड्स से मिलेंगे, न्यू फ्रेंड्स बनाएंगे, टीचर्स से मिलेंगे, अपनी नई जर्नी स्टार्ट करेंगे, राइट। तो ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर 15 एंड we'll connect back at 2:20, right? So please, it's my humble request, do not leave the Zoom meet.